Don't be sorry to hear about
I'm
the
sorry,
Pistons.
man.
No.
I've been seeing my man Manny crashing out. I'm sorry, man.
Oh.
Still more, man. It's rough. Haven't recovered.
It's rough.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, Manny, you got an echo. Is it you got it playing in the background?
You say I got something in the background. I'm echoing.
Yeah, you still have an echo a little bit.
Okay, 1 sec.
Yep.
All right, what's good, everybody? The Oklahoma City Thunder bounced back. The defending NBA champions got their lick back on the San Antonio Spurs, and the series is now tied 2-2 after the Thunder thumped the San Antonio Spurs. Let's get into it, fellas. SGA got back to his ways, 30 points. Victor Wembanyama looked a little more human or a little less alien, but you guys talk to me. San Antonio Spurs lost to the Thunder by a score of 122-113. Thoughts, fellas?
Ron, every team that has won the NBA championship does have an identity. And whether it's, they shoot the long ball, they rebound the basketball, they create offense from defense. And I think Oklahoma City got back to who they are yesterday, which is a team that creates a lot of offense from their defense. I think that it was a lot more fluidity on offense last night than it was in game one. I think that the ball moved a little bit more. I think Shea looked a lot more comfortable last night on offense as a bucket getter. I'm not even talking about as a playmaker and distributor, but more of a bucket getter. He looked a lot more comfortable in getting to the spaces where he wanted to get to, even though they did crowd him and even though they did blitz him, he didn't panic. I feel like Mark Daigneault did what a lot of people recognize as a coach. And I know how you felt about this lineup switch, Ron, but Hartenstein has to play on whether it's 3 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes. He's got to play. We got to find some minutes for him because he's too crucial for what we're doing. If I got a big guy that can create second chance opportunities for us and give us more opportunities to score, he needs to be on the floor. On top of that, him being a respectable bucket getter. When I say a respectable bucket getter, is a guy who can hit a floater where we can't just leave him wide open. Like, we can't have that happen. I thought Oklahoma City did what Oklahoma City does in terms of them being that lockdown, creating offense off defense. They had 27 points off 10 turnovers yesterday. I mean, if that's who they are, and if they could continue to do that, I'm not saying that they're going to handle San Antonio, but I love the position that they're in because they played the brand of basketball that makes them successful.
Yeah, I thought it was a very focused performance from the Thunder. I fully expected them to bounce back after the game one. I thought Daigneault Agreechill was very brave in some of the adjustments. He said post game that it didn't sit well with him that Hartenstein only played 12 minutes in game one, and he needed to find minutes for him. And it turns out that you can put a big on a big at the end of the day, and they can do a pretty good job. So. Was very cool to see him. It's probably his most important performance for the Thunder, I'd say. Just in the context of everything, it was a very, very big performance from him. But I think Daigneault's adjustments were very interesting. I think he didn't pull the starters, like him pulling the starters in the non-Wemby minutes. He didn't mind. He threw Isaiah Joe out there. He finished the game with McCain. Chet Holmgren didn't finish the game. There was a lot of things that I think Daigneault was quite brave in doing yesterday, but he's very much someone that will take the evidence of a game and implement something very quickly game to game. He's not someone that sort of hangs around. But I think in the macro scheme of things, guys, the Spurs did what they were supposed to do, man. They went into San Antonio, they split the series, they get home court back, heading back to San Antonio. I personally think the teams are going to split the next two games anyway, but in the Spurs locker room, they got to feel good about heading back home. Getting home court advantage back.
I really dug their point of attack defense last night too. I'm a huge Cason Wallace fan. I just think that what he does is almost on the level of Drew Holiday. Like if he could score the basketball a little bit better, Ron, I would put him in that Drew Holiday space, to be honest with you, because he's one of those dudes where he affects your offense as a defender so much. He throws your lead guard off. He throws a monkey wrench in everything that you're trying to do. He throws a monkey wrench in that. I just love his ability to keep pressure on the ball handler, not just the ball handler, but when he's playing off the ball, like his ability to shoot gaps and his quick trigger where he makes threes that are go-ahead threes or back-breaking threes, where you're trying to go on a run and the Spurs are on an 8-0 run, and then he'll end up making a three or he'll end up making a shot that'll basically stop that run. I really dig that about him. Now, if we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, like Chet's got to get more involved in what we're doing here. He absolutely does. He just seems to be out of sorts, Ron. It's almost like he's not he's somewhere else, but it's almost like he needs to be like grabbed by the shirt. Like, yo, get with us. Where are you? Get with us. Not necessarily put your arm around him and, hey, man, no. Like, we're in the fight, and we need you in the fight. And I don't think Chet was bad yesterday, but I feel like his aggression, I've seen more of it. And in this particular series, I don't see that aggression from him like I did.
I wonder, Chill, if it's like, I wonder the same thing, actually. I wonder if it's his personality. I wonder if Chet has that in him. I think we see him get emotional sometimes on like big plays,
Sure.
but I don't know if he has the type of personality where like he's in the game like that and he really wants, he feels like someone that lets the game come to him a bit rather than imposing his will on the game. But maybe that's just a personality thing for him. But I agree. I think that it's going to be an interesting development in this series around not so much how engaged he is, but how much he sort of imposes his will on it. Because they looked fine finishing the game without him yesterday. And he's supposed to be sort of their most impactful defender. Well, he is their most impactful defender. So I think there's a lot of subplots. And I know Swiper, there's a ton that you want to talk about as well, but there's all these little subplots going on within the series already. So it's already very fascinating what's going on.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at how the game
Another
went
thing
yesterday.
Go for Manny.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't mad at how it went yesterday. Obviously, OKC in a must-win situation. I thought the times Wemby was out of the game was when we seen a little bit more Chet kind of come alive a little bit on some scoring runs, and that was like I'm not really expecting too much out of Chet going up against Wemby in that matchup anyway. But I think he could be better.
Manny?
But
why, Manny? Why aren't you? This is
not on that level, man.
This is the best defensive player on the best defensive team in the league, arguably. Why aren't you expecting that?
It's levels to it, man. It's just levels to it, and I don't think he's on that level. Like, definitely an elite defender, and he can be there. He can be on that level, but I just think it's different tiers of elite, and Wemby is on one tier, and Chet is on the other tier, and it's like, in terms of the intensity and aggression that these dudes play with, one is clearly playing with way more aggression than the other. So that's why I like witnessing this. I'm like, I don't even expect Wemby to turn it up a notch and be on that level. Like, I just don't. I see him definitely being a good co-star to SGA and helping out everybody and giving buckets, but I expect him to really dominate when Wemby's not in the game. Like, when Wemby's not on the floor, he's recovering, then it's like, okay, Chet, you have absolutely no excuse now because we're going to give you a pass right now because Wemby's in the game. We know he's damn near 8 feet tall and he got crazy wings. Like, we understand what kind of defender he is. So we're going to give you a slight pass. But when he's not in the game, it's like, all right, man, I can't give you any excuse now. You got to go to work.
Well, to be fair to Manny, in the minutes that Wemby was off yesterday, the floor with Chet on. So this was exactly, I don't see how many minutes. It's 6 minutes and 27 seconds in total. Chet had 10 points, 1 rebound, and he was 4 or 5 from the field, and he was a plus 12 when Wemby sat yesterday. And then when Wemby was on, he had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in 20 minutes, and he was a -6 in those minutes. So
crazy.
There's definitely a big difference having him in the paint. But the biggest story yesterday for me, SGA, especially the first 3 quarters, was just not, he wasn't playing around. They were setting those Gortat screens for him in the first quarter, and we'll get to the physicality and all that stuff later. But SGA got Stephon Castle 1-on-1 and was just going up over the top and was scoring, and I think that was the biggest difference in the game. SGA has another game like he did in game 1, then they would have lost yesterday's game. But SGA, especially in the third quarter, SGA, I think, just all that tough shot making that his biggest fans love, and all of the pull-up stuff that like a lot of the old heads, especially the mid-range lovers, love. That's exactly what he did yesterday. I mean, it was like he was legitimately like really great, especially like I said through the first 3 quarters, and again, especially in the third quarter yesterday, Chill, when the Spurs were trying to go on a run themselves. Just that quarter alone,
That's
SGA
the
really.
quarter that I thought, the third quarter. That's the one that I thought when they started to settle the game. I did.
Yeah.
And to your point,
he had
keep
9
going,
points
keep
and
going.
4 assists in that quarter, and he was 4 or 5 from the field. And I put a clip up on the timeline. SGA had his last shot that he made over Devin Vassell. Like, he went up and he turned his hips like perpendicular to the baseline and turned his hips all the way to the sideline, and like literally like he shot like at an angle this way.
That's where the basket was, and his body was like this.
Yeah, and then he made it anyway. Like, when he's in those moods and like he's able to hit those shots, and he started the game off, and a lot of this is if SJ starts off the game like, again, they set the Gortat screen, so that way what happens is now Wemby can't come off of iHeart to go show hands, and so now it's just Castle, and Castle's obviously huge. So, but again, it's not like Castle wasn't playing good defense, because there was a stat that went out from ESPN yesterday that said like he's struggling on both ends. No, I don't think he is at all. Like, I think Castle was every bit of part of it in the play. The difference is SGA was just able to rise up and finish a lot of those plays. And so in the fourth quarter yesterday, he was 4 points, 3 assists, 2 or 3 from the field. And in the second quarter yesterday, he had 11 points on 4 of 8 shooting. And then the third quarter yesterday, he had 9 points and 4 assists. So literally, like, he was methodical with his shot making for the first 3 quarters. And that was
but he seemed more intent on getting to spots as opposed to forcing getting around Castle. Like, there was in the fourth quarter, he had missed 2 of these 3 shots. He loves that left elbow, especially in the meat and potatoes of the game. He loves that weekend left elbow 2 dribble pull up where he gets Castle leaning. He gets Castle leaning to the right, where he'll throw the ball between his legs twice, bing, bing. Then he'll come back to the left and then step back. He loves that left elbow. And he looked yesterday more intent on getting to that weekend and getting to that spot as opposed to getting around Castle. He didn't really it didn't seem like he was concerning himself as much.
Getting around Castle means you're running into coverage too. So
that's what I'm saying. And it just didn't seem like he was concerned. From watching what I was watching, it didn't seem like he was concerning himself much with getting around Castle more than it was getting to that spot. Yeah, I got to get around him or I got to get by him, but I'm going to get to that spot. And that's kind of what it seemed like to him. Seemed like to me. But I want to get back, to be honest with you. I mean, we talk a lot about Wemby. I want to talk about Cason Wallace, man. I think Cason Wallace played a good defensive game yesterday, man. I do.
He changed that whole game yesterday.
Ron, I feel like when you got a point of attack defender like that, that causes that much disruption and that connected, he's one of the better off-ball defenders that I've seen in a long time, especially his ability to shoot gaps and recover when the ball is moving. I love that about him. And on top of that, when he gets on the ball, he makes it especially when he's closing out. Like, he closed out on Castle, and Castle went to his strong hand. His ability to just get right back into play, I love that about him. I think he was huge yesterday for them. Huge.
And on top of that, he shot 4 for 6 from 3.
Yes.
So not only did he provide the ultimate defensive value, but he also was knocking down threes. They got him listed as having 4 steals. He had more than that. And even if he only had 4 steals, he forced more turnovers than that. I went back and looked because Chill just mentioned it. So it was 21-9 in the turnovers. Cason Wallace probably forced around, because I didn't count, but it was around 8 to 9 of those turnovers, 8 to 10 of those turnovers, damn near. Whether it was him indirectly forcing somebody to dribble the ball off their foot. He forced 1 turnover late in the game where Stephon Castle, he tried to, Keldon Johnson was inbounding the ball. He tried to inbound it to Stephon Castle, and he knocked the ball off Stephon Castle out of bounds. Like, this dude is a menace on ball, off the ball. If you're dribbling around him, he's going to force you to either pick the ball up. He's going to either take the ball from you or he's going to make you turn the ball over. He's an absolute game changer. And he's a menace in transition too.
It just seemed like they got back to what they do. They got back to forcing turnovers. They got back to speeding up the game, like getting transition buckets. That's what it seemed like. Oklahoma City, this is who they are. And when they play like that, they're really difficult to beat. Very difficult to beat.
Oh, yeah, I agree, Joe.
Like I talk about the transition turn, like I talk about the transition buckets. When they playing like that, like in the half court, like that goes without saying. So when they get that going, it's almost impossible to beat them.
It definitely helped yesterday that there's only one ball handler that they felt like the Spurs could trust, like for at least 2.5 quarters of that game. That made a huge difference yesterday. Like, massive, like
I
massive.
mean, the fact that
difference.
Harper wasn't on the floor, I think that did 100% help them. But even when he was on the floor, before he went out of the game, they still were.
No, yeah, he's
causing a lot of
definitely, he's definitely like young. Like, so I'm not even saying like that would have won it. I mean, maybe at the end of the game, they got it to 3-4, but Castle is just not ready for. And this is not a criticism either. So I don't. Mars, we had this whole conversation last year, where Mars felt like we should be able to critique rookies to the same degree as every other player. Remember, that was the Zach Edey. Remember last year, Mars in the play. Was it the playing game? Is that what that was? Where he was not playing great?
Golden State.
Yeah, and Mars had his opinion on that, and I don't think it's unfair to criticize him, but I'm also just like, brother, Mars, and I think you love to hear your thoughts here. I'm also just like, I don't know what y'all want Castle to do, bro. He's not a point guard yet. He's clearly not ready for that yet. He's clearly forced to do this because they don't have another option. And they were so desperate, Mars, they put Jordan McLaughlin in the game. And Mars, as soon as he touched the floor, I saw SJ's eyes go like this. And that sonar went off. And literally, if you watch those plays, they were a -10 in 6.5 minutes from Jordan McLaughlin, because Mitch Johnson eventually after one possession went zone and trap. And what they started doing, if McLaughlin was off the ball, they didn't even want the hunt to happen. So they started pre-rotating the SGA, means wide open threes for Case and Wallace, Jared McCain, or AJ Mitchell, or Chet. Or then on top of that, if he did get in isolation, SGA is like, bro, like, I'm going to put you into the rim from the mid-range, and I'm going to shoot over to you. Got that foul call. We'll get into that later. And then chill. Another thing is they went zone. They went zone with Jordan McLaughlin on the game, and now Caruso literally is in the middle of the floor acting like he's like Jokic or Brad Miller or something like that. Literally gets the ball, alley-oop. Like, he makes a great skip pass behind Victor Wembanyama. He makes another one where he like does a little side, like a side throw, like a baseball player for another assist. And at this point, I'm like, it makes no sense schematically for you to have a 5'10" non-defender in the game versus this team. Because even if he made 2 threes, who cares? Because on the other end, you might make these 2 threes. Every single possession he's out there, we're panicking with Wemby on the floor.
Well, he had to do that, though. But he had to do that, though.
This is why
he had no other ball handlers.
He didn't have any other ball handlers. Put Vassell at point guard.
And Vassell was actually really good. Vassell was actually really good at knocking down the long ball. But he had nobody else in terms of a ball handler. I'm sorry, Damian.
This is why to me, De'Aaron Fox is actually so key to what the Spurs are doing, because from just a pure ball handling responsibilities factor, we've seen how important it is in the postseason. And the Castle turnovers are adding up, but he's not experienced enough or mature enough yet to have this type of ball handling clip against the Thunder team, who are arguably the best team ever at forcing turnovers. And we have to remember, like, this is the first time Castle's been in an environment like this fast. Like, for you guys have all played sports. When you get to the certain level and you start to go up the levels, more importantly, incrementally you see the talent increase. But what's really the most jarring thing is actually the speed of the game. It's very hard to get acclimated to the speed of the game. And I think that some of Castle's turnovers, the timing ones, the game just hasn't slowed down for him enough as a playmaker, as a point guard, as a floor general yet. And they're asking him to sort of play above sort of what he's ready for. So De'Aaron Fox to me is very, very, very key in this series. I don't know what his health like. There's a developing story here just with the health in general. I don't know how much attrition is going to play a factor in this series, but both teams are going to be depleted of ball handlers at some point here. Because we've got Harper, we've got AJ Mitchell, J-Dub, De'Aaron Fox, all of these guys are injured. So how much is attrition going to play a factor in this series? It's going to be very interesting, I think.
By the way, Damian, just so y'all know, Jordan, sorry. When Jordan McLaughlin was on the floor, Mars, would you like to know that in 7 minutes, the OKC Thunder had a 181 offensive rating in the minutes that Jordan McLaughlin was on.
He had to play him. He had to.
No, he did not.
Yes,
that's why he didn't play him in the fourth the rest of the way. For that cannot
particular
play
time,
Jordan McLaughlin. You cannot play him.
Hey, Swiper, do you realize the Do you realize the
Harrison Barnes
magnitude?
also.
Do you realize the magnitude of Stephon Castle's turnovers?
Yeah, I know.
No,
Take
you
him off
don't,
the ball.
Piper.
No, I obviously do. He had 20
We don't
turnovers.
have
in 2
you.
games.
You want to put Devin Vassell at the lead guard? I got a
I'm
lead
saying,
guard over here.
It's worse. It is worse for you to try to compensate with the lack of size versus that team than simply just be like, hey, Devin, you got to get a few reps on the ball. Stephon, y'all got to split it. And then even whoever, like, you have to split it. It has to be split. The issue is that even at the end of the day, Chill, and somebody wrote about this, Chill, on Twitter. I forgot their name. Somebody can probably find an article. I can mention my bookmarks. Somebody wrote an article, Chill, 2 years ago, said it is more having your worst defender on your team, Chill, has more impact on a playoff game than your best defender does.
Oh, absolutely.
And even in this instance,
that's a fact.
they have McLaughlin on the floor with Wemby, and they still couldn't do anything about it.
He only played 7 minutes, but in them 7 minutes that he played, he only what did he play? 10 minutes or something like that?
7 minutes.
I think it was,
I'm pretty
it
sure
was 7.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't play that long, right? But Manny, the reason why he put him out there again was because Castle was struggling as a ball handler. Remember what I am. I am a guard / I'm a wing. And when I got the ball in my hand, I got to think like a lead guard. I don't when I'm attacking a closeout, I don't get to think like a scorer. When I'm attacking a closeout, I got to think like a lead guard, like who I'm getting the basketball to. When I got a guy in front of me one-on-one, I don't get to think like a bucket getter. I got to think like a lead guard because I got to get everybody else involved, which would explain why he's turning the basketball over like he is, because he's overthinking. I don't get to play like I normally play. I'm playing out of position. So when you get McLaughlin on the floor, he gets to play off the basketball just a little bit more and do what he does.
Okay. Then
Did they play together?
I just don't know like where else you go if you don't try that. That's my only.
There is
like,
no other way you go, Manny.
Harrison Barnes was out there.
You need
as well.
additional ball handlers. So that's my only thing. Is like, I know you said maybe get Vassell, get him the ball and let him bring it up and stuff, but then that changes the offense completely as well because now he's not able to play off the ball as he once was. So like that's the only reason why I'm like not on your side with that Swiper, because I get it, he was really bad, but it's like you gotta try something. Like if you don't have any other ball handlers.
I don't think he was that bad. Like they're gonna hunt anybody. They're gonna hunt anybody.
Yes, they are.
What do you mean? So SGA. So you mean to tell me this is the only time SGA put on his sonar and started hunting somebody? He does that every single game.
Their defense of the entire playoff. Those 7 minutes were the worst defense the Spurs played the entirety of the playoff this year. Was
Wemby on the floor?
Yes. Let me go through it with you. Yes.
Swiper. What I'm saying though is like Stephon Castle played 38 minutes. He has to. You can't play him all 48. Are you going to play Stephon all 48? Somebody has to come.
48, Ron, on the ball. Neither.
I don't think you have to play 48. I'm not saying.
But Swiper, I know you're saying let Devin Vassell run PG. But do you know what Casey Wallace is going to do to Devin Vassell trying to bring the ball up the floor?
Do you know what they did to Jordan? I'm saying whatever that outcome is. And let me ask you this. Maybe this is a fair question, y'all. Whatever, and Drench, get on the show. I'm going off what I saw. The numbers simply confirm what I saw. I saw what happened. I already gave the possession that it happened. It was 4 separate possessions on the defensive end. Let me ask y'all this. Is it better for your offense to struggle? And for you to have some defensive integrity than for you to have maybe more offensive process with a point guard, but then your defense goes to hell? Like which one of those options is better, do you think, for you?
I think it depends on I think it depends on where you are in the game. Like, I think that if the Spurs have a 10-point lead, for example, I feel a lot better with Jordan McLaughlin going out there and giving some relief minutes. If they're down 10, though, Swiper, I think it's a different. I think in the flow of the game, the answer sort of comes to fruition. I don't think he was that bad yesterday. I also think it might be a necessity to try and get him some reps in this series because they're going to be lacking some ball handlers. So, like, if we can get some guys that can at least just bring the ball up, I think that is going to be powerful. I also think this speaks to a bigger problem. I don't know how much the Spurs are going to get from their bench in this series. Yeah. It feels like the Thunder have more X factors coming off their bench as well. McCain feels like someone that's going to be maybe the most important X factor for them because I think AJ Mitchell, he's probably going to be a non-factor just because Vassell's going to be guarding him a lot and things of that nature. So, like, I just think that OKC coming off their bench have some guys that can maybe change the game more so than the Spurs have guys that are trying to maintain the game for them. So I think it
12
speaks to
guys,
maybe a
Damian.
bigger
That's
problem.
I think that, to your point, that's the difference. Oklahoma City got 12
Mm-hmm.
guys. The one guy who doesn't do it, we got 2 other guys who can do that thing. That one thing that this one guy can't do, we got 3 other guys who can do that. So when Devin Vassell, not Devin Vassell, I'm sorry, when Lou Dort is having a difficult time, I got Alex Caruso and Casey Wallace to make up for what that guy is doing. When Casey Wallace isn't knocking down a shot, I got McCain and I got AJ Mitchell who can knock down open shots. For everything that one of my guys is lacking, I got 2 and 3 other guys who can make up for that. Same thing with the big, same thing with the big lineup. That's why I was saying to you, Ron, about, and again, I know how you feel about Hartenstein in this series. You got to play, Ron. We got to find some minutes.
It wasn't. Chill, I want to clarify this. I wasn't saying Hartenstein shouldn't play.
You said he
Lou Dort on the other hand. Lou Dort on the other hand. But I wasn't saying Hartenstein. No, he did. I'll give Lou his flowers. Lou came out balling, but I wasn't saying Hartenstein shouldn't play. I was just saying I will be wary of the Hartenstein and Chet minutes, especially if you're gonna have Hartenstein guarding Champagny or one of those perimeter guys. That was the only thing I was concerned about. But if Hartenstein's guarding Wemby, that's a little different. Like I'm cool with that. It was just him floating around on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know when you want to get to that, Ron, but obviously there are several plays and clips that I have stored both on writing and in memory about this, that matchup in particular, because I do think they literally said, what was his name, Chill, that played for the Detroit Pistons in the late 80s. Lanier was their go-get-him guy. Hartenstein yesterday was just a go-get-him guy. That's his whole job yesterday was go get him. Mind you, Chill, I said I don't know what time this was in the fourth quarter. He was the best player on the floor in the fourth quarter. Chill, he had 5 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. 5 of them. Every time they got close, Hartenstein is just grabbing the basketball and resetting the play every single time. It was unbelievable how good he was on the offensive glass yesterday. It was ridiculous watching him go to work. But them first 3 quarters, Chill.
Well, it was more for me when it came to Hartenstein. It was that game was more of his style of play. Being able to slip blockouts, being able to get on the offensive glass, being able to play in the dunker spot, being able to play 8 to 10 feet away from the basket. Now, when he gets further away from the basket and, tries that push shot from around the free throw line.
He missed one.
But it gets, I think that was the one at the free throw line. Yeah, the one at the free throw line. But when he's in the dunker spot area and when he's around 6 to 8 feet,
the big show. Goodness gracious.
I just think he's really effective in that area. On top of that, series like this, your best players are going to get busy. Wemby's going to get busy, right? Shea is going to get busy. It's the other stuff. It's the dirty work stuff that's going to be the difference in this series. Well, last night is a prime example of that. When Hartenstein gives us quite possibly in that quarter with 5 offensive rebounds, that's a maximum of 15 extra points that we can get just off of him offensive rebounding. We didn't get that in game 1. That's why I feel like he needs to be on the floor. And anytime anybody want to wake up Chet and let Chet know that the West Finals have started, come on, big fella. Help us out, my man. Don't get me wrong.
You don't think it matters though, Chill, that like when Wemby's off, we want to make sure we take over those minutes. This
is what you're not doing, Swiper. This is what you're not going to do. You're not going to run around the neighborhood when the bully gone, because the bully's coming back. Just so you know. You're not going to just be able to just.
Yeah, but he was still better than everybody yesterday, except for
because Wemby's going to play. It's not like we got to win the minutes when Wemby's off the floor. I get that part. Wemby is going to play, and when Wemby plays, you have to play. You have to be on the floor. You have to be effective. So as effective as you are when he's off the floor, you still have to be aggressive. And I can appreciate your logic, Damian, that maybe he doesn't have that part, but there's a fight in you. There's a fight in you that at some point you got to stand up and you got to punch back. You have to.
Yeah. I feel like it kind of goes back to that point of OKC having a guy to do anything somebody else isn't doing. Like where Spurs, they don't really have that, because when Cornette came in the game, he was getting cooked. Maybe it was just the minutes that I really paid attention to, but I feel like when he was on the floor kind of relieving Wemby, the game just looked like it was a little too fast for him. So like whereas OKC, you can kind of play around with Hartenstein, have him go in the game, tire Wemby out, push him around a little bit. Obviously, we've seen he was very physical during his minutes, but it's like Spurs don't really have that. They don't really have the true reliever to let Wemby rest, and then you kind of keeping the game going and keeping the defense as solid as it is.
Yeah. I think it might be. I think Isaiah might be a better matchup for Wemby in this series, chill, rather than Holmgren. I just think that if they can fill the gaps a little, and he can't get all the way to the rack, he has the physicality advantage. I think it's a big deal at this part of Wemby's career when he's not as physically mature as other big men. I think it's the one thing where you can maybe change his game a little bit or not give him everything he wants all the time. Whereas with the smaller guys in game one, he's just getting to the rim every time. It's a drop step, it's a spin move, he's at the rim. Whereas it's harder to move Isaiah. So it might be that might be the matchup. But no doubt, like Mitch Johnson now is going to now counter this in game 3, and maybe he's isolating them because he does this thing where like he isolates Wemby with the big in front of him at the top of the key. So then what is Isaiah going to do in that situation when he's not as good as fleet of foot, for example? So it's going to be like a push and pull throughout this whole series around how can they stop Wemby in different ways. But I was happy with the matchup yesterday and him seeing the floor more than he did in game one.
I think Wemby did what he does in the past where he lets guys off. What he took 6-7 threes yesterday, something like that.
Well, it was 7-3, but like they weren't. Most of them were in the fourth quarter, though, chill.
Okay, even if that's the case, a lot of the buckets that he was getting. Don't forget, Swiper, he only took 15 shots yesterday.
Well, that was the coverages he was seeing too, though.
Right, and that's the point. Like, I need Hartenstein to play because if Mitch Johnson sees that you're going to put Alex Caruso on him, you're going to put J-Dub on him. Well, my guy is a foot taller than your guy. I'm going to get him closer to the basket. Right? We talked about the 17 field goals of the 25 that he had were layup or dunk attempts. He took 15 total shots yesterday, and of those 15 total shots, almost half of them were at the long ball line. Which means that we took away that inside presence. There was a play, like you talk about being stored, Swiper. There was a play where SGA is getting to the rim. He's trying to get over to that side to recover, and Hartenstein's having none of it. Hartenstein is not letting him over there. He's not letting him get involved in that play where he's trying to block SGA's shot. I think that's the kind of physicality that we need from this Oklahoma City team in order to ensure that we're gonna have a shot to win.
Well, I do think, chill, like, and again, we'll get into a larger segment here. This is why I started it off. SGA deserves credit. The reason why they won yesterday, because SGA in the first 3 quarters. That's all that mattered. SGA doesn't play like that. If he doesn't play like that the first 3 quarters, they lose, even without Harper and without Fox, because they were both playing really good defense. The offense was really good, but there was that over the.
You didn't like him in the fourth? You didn't like him in the fourth?
Well, no, he was. OKC fans know SGA. Let me say the OKC fans that are joking say he's looking for that moment in the fourth quarter. I don't know if it's that, but SGA went 2 of 8 in the fourth. Like he was whatever. Like whatever that would have the first 3 quarters, so he couldn't miss damn near. And it was in that third quarter in particular when the Spurs were trying to get back into the game that it's like SGA just kept putting the pressure on them, and even when they got it within 3. He was still able to keep a hold, and they were able to go into the fourth quarter feeling good. Mm-hmm. But I think the difference is yesterday, chill, like they got it within 3, but we literally had no guard. And this is where the De'Aaron Fox thing to your point and the Dylan Harper thing to your point. If you don't have a guard that can take advantage of the fact that they're covering Wemby and they're squeezing the paint to this degree, we couldn't even get in the paint with the guard and consistently score. Or even Dylan Harper got 3 mid-range pull-up attempts yesterday and missed all 3 of them. So he went cold in his own right. And I think this is where chill. This is why I told you it's not that, they don't need Fox. They clearly need De'Aaron Fox because they just need a veteran on the basketball that's able to actually get to the spot, make the simple passes. And then defense, you got to at least come deal with me out here. And then if I do see one-on-one coverage, I have the ability to get to a pull-up that I like or even get to the paint and need to get some free throws. They just didn't have any of that in the fourth quarter yesterday.
But Swiper, nobody seriously thought that they didn't need De'Aaron Fox.
Well, I know, but Chill got with me because he said, well, why is Fox playing? I never felt like Fox shouldn't play. I was just more harping on the fact of how good Dylan Harper has been over the course of this run.
Which I'm not arguing that point because I think Dylan Harper is great. Yeah. But when you got a lead guard like De'Aaron Fox, who's been in the playoffs and who's been a vet, who knows, I'm already on record, I use the term dumb enough instead of using, because there's a lot of people in the chat and there's a lot of people in social media who heard me say that Dylan Harper is dumb enough, instead of me using the term irrationally confident, because he doesn't really look at those guys that he's going up against like this is the Western Conference Championship, Manny. He looking at AJ Mitchell like, I'm better than you. Not like I'm gonna help us get to the NBA Finals. Like, no, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm better than you. I'm gonna kick your ass, Casey Wallace. I'm better than you. Not necessarily like we trying to get to the NBA championship. No, and not like in a selfish manner. More like I'm dumb enough to think that I can compete with any of you guys out here, and I can kick any of you guys' ass.
Jill, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. He trying to prove his worth.
That's it. I don't know that.
It's a good trait to have.
Part of maturing, though.
It's a good trait.
Yeah.
It 100% is.
Yeah.
I think Stephon Castle too, though. I think it's both of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Damien.
Castle plays with that ferocity where he's like, he doesn't care. Like he's winking at Shea after he dunks on him. All these things. Like he's trying to put him in a poster again yesterday. Like that's where the Spurs guards like separate themselves. They have this level of confidence that just oozes throughout the roster. But I think with the Shea stuff, Swiper, it's very interesting because I think the great ones adjust very quickly within series, and I think that Shea yesterday to me understands that he has to have a very, very high efficiency mid-range shooting series this series, because I think that he understands that the shot diet will need to change because he's going to get basically nothing at the rim when Wemby's there, unless they're intentionally calling stuff where they're pulling Wemby away from the basket, like at the end of game 1, where he got the layup to tie the game, but that's going to be few and far between. So if SGA is hitting this mid-range at the clip that he has to hit it, they're going to be in good shape. But again, these are tough shots, man. Like the shot making has to be at a very, very elite level for that to be sustainable. Because he does like to wrinkle in a few at the rim, so it opens up his game in the mid-range as well. But he might not have that. So Chill, for him to get to his spots every time and raise up and be money, that might honestly be the make or break sort of action in this. But even
series, then,
man.
Damien, like if the Spurs, and this is the thing I came to, the OKC Thunder are better because they're more like well-rounded. Like when Caruso came on was on the floor with SGA, it just felt like there's a level of professionalism and execution the Spurs simply do not have, because when they have adults that are on the floor together. Like SGA is an adult, Caruso is an adult. They have multiple players that are just go do your job. And I really mean this. Caruso literally does everything to accentuate what SGA does on both ends. Like on both ends. Because he's an excellent release valve. Excellent release valve for SGA on the offensive end. But on the other side, Ron, I think the Spurs have a talent advantage in that, like, they have so many players that are so uber talented and athletic, and Castle and Harper and Fox and Wemby, and then you got Devin Vassell and Julian Champagny. So they can win. They can win because they have this talent threshold in Wemby. But the problem is like SGA did finally cool off in the fourth, but we didn't have any of our outlets to be able to make them pay for that, in which they could have won the game. So it was just like they're gonna need Fox and they're gonna need Harper in order to beat them and win this series.
Are they gonna?
Yo, fellas, right quick. Chill out. That's actually what I wanted to get into. I want to make sure that I want to get us to get the super chats earlier today so we can actually read them during the show and actually talk about them. So instead of just rushing them at the last minute. So we're going to get the super chats earlier than we typically have. But before we do that, Chill, exactly what you were speaking into is what I wanted to acknowledge. So we know J-Dub retweaked his hamstring. We know Fox is out with an ankle injury. And we know Harper left with a leg injury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those are the three main injuries right now.
AJ Mitchell got a situation with his leg too.
Do we know what his injury is?
Got a knock. It was like a stinger, we call it a stinger when like it's like he got that, but he said he was fine after the game, but he didn't look too good. So they can last, depending on the impact, they can last a lot. We call it a corky as well. I don't know what you guys call it. When someone
we call them stingers.
Like knee to thigh. Like knee to thigh, for example.
Yeah, and then
I think
or thigh contusion.
And then you get that like a
thigh contusion essentially. Yeah. I think he got something like. But he said he was fine after the game, but it's not something that goes away instantly either. So it's like
right.
Luckily, but that's something that's more like a pain tolerance. It like with one of those things. Like can you like really just suck it up and play through it? But what is the extent of Harper? Do we know what's going on with Harper?
Not that I've heard of. But I mean,
Harper tried to get back in the game, and then they sent him back to the locker room, which was interesting. So I think it's general tightness, Ron, but tightness is always a leading indicator of like your muscles
It's his
under
hamstring?
significant fatigue. Yeah.
Okay.
I know
I
when they
just-
said he almost came back, it was because they thought he had to shoot free throws. Like they thought he got fouled
Oh,
and
right,
something like
okay.
that, where he had to
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
free throws. So you got to finish your free throws to come back.
This is the part of the game where you get unlucky because injuries throw a monkey wrench in what we're trying to do. So this Spurs team, you don't lose your lead guard, you lose your lead guard, and you lose your second lead guard. That's just unfortunate. That sucks that happens, right? And this isn't a pattern like we had the conversation yesterday. Like this isn't something that's going on the regular, but it's unfortunate that happens. But this is part of the playoffs. I do get that part. But you do have to hold up, man. You do. You have to hold up in order for us to have an opportunity to win. Because I can promise you, without De'Aaron Fox and without De'Aaron Fox and Harper, San
It's
Antonio
over.
ain't winning another game in this series.
Yeah,
And Dylan Harper
not.
hurt his right hamstring, and so the possibility there's Pro Football Doc who covers fantasy football, and then there's another doctor online that Evan Jeffrey said the concern could be either day to day, which is fine, but then the problem is it's every other game, it's every other day in this series. There's
Like
no
they play
2 day
tomorrow
break.
night.
They play tomorrow
night. Yep.
Yep.
And so, but if it's
Yep.
grade 1, obviously, then it's 1 to 2 weeks, and he's done. So, yeah, it sucks. Lower body injuries. And J-Dub right now, I think there's a world where J-Dub doesn't play like the rest of the series.
Yeah.
I'm
There's a
on
world
that
that he doesn't
side.
play the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's a world where
J-Dub's,
he's done
yeah.
for the playoffs because this is a reoccurring thing, Swiper. And this isn't something where this is a pain. It's obvious, Ron, that this isn't a pain tolerance thing. It's obvious
Yeah.
that it's not. This is something more than that because this
No, he's
pulls
injured.
him
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah.
this pulls him out of the lineup, and he's done for a week, 2 weeks. We really ain't got that kind of time against a team like the San Antonio Spurs.
And it might be a good thing, like for especially with these hamstring. I know Mars feels like they're very, very serious things where like Luka, like a lot of Lakers fans should be happy that Luka didn't try and give it a go. Like because we're seeing with this hamstring stuff, we're seeing with Aaron Gordon as well. Like they're serious. And if you get chronic, if you get chronic hamstring stuff, it's very, very problematic because it's one of those muscles where it's it's fatigue. Fatigue can really be a factor with it. But I think honestly, Chill, like New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers, watching this series, if the Knicks can somehow get this thing done, this is going to be a bloodbath between the Spurs and the Thunder. And if people think that the Knicks are a less talented team, by the finals, they might be the healthiest and freshest team because these guys are going to beat each other up for 7 games, at least 6 games, in my opinion. And that can make up some of the talent gap. I think it's going to be a big factor here, man. Yeah.
The Knicks got a problem too, though, with OG. Like I know he's
Sure.
playing, but
Yeah.
you never know what that's going to look like too. So it's looking like injuries may kind of just to what Damian was saying. Injuries could very well like be the main reference point to why somebody wins this year.
Well, what do
And I feel like that's almost every year though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like every year.
Yeah.
Because Indiana, what happened to Indiana last year? We got game 7 and
Yeah.
Halliburton popped an Achilles. I don't know if they beat Oklahoma City, but I damn sure like their chances if he's on the floor.
They were leading at half without Hallie, and then they just
Man, he
ran magic sauce in the second half.
He was cutting
was
up
shooting
that
as
when
well.
he was playing too. His
Right.
start, he was starting in the game. He was having the ball.
And again, I keep saying this,
He's-
Ron. OKC can withstand a Dub injury and respectfully a Mitchell injury, like better than on the other end.
Do you think they can beat San Antonio without
If San
J-Dub?
Antonio doesn't have, they don't have Harper and Fox, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Fox should be coming back soon.
Hopefully,
Ain't gonna need-
I actually,
Yeah, you're right.
I actually expect him to play next game.
hopefully, hopefully. But
'Cause
they just
it's-
have
I mean,
an
it's-
offensive infrastructure, man.
How long has he been out? Tomorrow's Friday. When's the last time he played?
It's in game 6, so what was that?
Last week?
It's been a week. I know it's been a week.
Yeah, but it's an ankle injury, and it's not saying it's a high ankle sprain or anything like that. So like,
And it's not
and he was
reoccurring.
a game time decision too. So hold on, this is a reoccurring ankle.
Yeah.
I don't even remember when he hurt
Okay,
it.
It's
Yeah.
worrying. It's worrying. I thought he would give it a go, but it's a little worrying that he's not
Man,
out
look,
there.
Chill, you know what they do? If this was the NFL, you already know.
Hey man, we got this shot here. So
I can't feel. Hey, I
Yeah.
can't feel a
Game.
thing. Sure, I'm just
Yeah,
No.
he was a game time decision though, so I expect him to play next game.
They be doing the post game interviews like I had a great.
I will tell you, if Fox can get in here, chill, and give us anything, and chill, I don't even need a lot. I just need 17 points. I need 6 assists. I need 2 turnovers. I need good defense. I need you to slide your feet, and I need you to drive and just simply drive and create opportunities for Vassell and Champagny and Wemby. All I need, chill. That's all I need from Fox. I don't need a great game. Just give me a good point guard game, and we can win.
You got to remember,
Yeah.
OKC gonna pay attention to that though. So
Yes,
this
they
dude
are.
got a bad ankle. Get SGA. Yeah, let's get this switch. Now you guarding SGA at the top of the key with a
Yeah,
bad
we're gonna get
ankle.
him.
Damn. So
Absolutely.
they're
man. We
basically
gonna
gonna
get
make him
that.
Jordan McLaughlin.
Yes, we're gonna get him that.
He's gonna put on his sonar.
Not that bad. That's fine. I feel much better about that any day of the week.
No, but if we being
Nah,
honest,
Jordan. No, chill. What it was the bald head. Jordan's head was so shiny that literally when he was on the floor, it was like a blaring light. Like it was like a. It was like
Yeah,
One Punch Man.
like a beacon. That's what you.
Yeah,
saying?
like a beacon. SJ was like
Show us what it looked like.
he was trying to find.
For those
his
who
way
didn't
in
watch the game, show us what it looked like.
He was trying to find his way in the dark, and then he was like, "I see the light. I see the light."
like a beacon.
But all right, fellas, it's a good time right now. It's chill. We'll get back to it. We'll get back to, you know what? We'll touch every talking point by way of a super chat. So if you got something that you want to talk about, or if you got a question or whatever you want to talk about, make sure to send through a super chat and like the video too. But what you guys need to do more than anything is download the Splash Sports app. And you can do that by scanning this QR code on the screen or simply clicking the link in the bio. Once you do that, make sure you use code CHOICE because that unlocks everything on Splash Sports, especially when you're playing Quick Picks. You will get 100% deposit match up to $50 on Quick Picks, and you will get 100% Quick Picks boost. Why is this so important? Well, one, Splash Sports is set up for you to win the most money possible. 2, Splash Sports also gives you the opportunity to compete against real competition. Like imagine playing against somebody and the sliders are all the way up, or imagine playing against the Monstars. Imagine not having the best chances or the best odds to win. Well, that's not the case on Splash Sports because you're actually playing against real human beings. You're not playing against a sports book. You're not playing against an algorithm. You're not playing against artificial intelligence. The odds aren't stacked against you. It's literally your picks versus the next person's picks. So if you know ball, and if you can outthink the next person, then you're going to win on Splash Sports. Speaking of which, we're going to show you guys exactly what we're going to do today to win on Splash Sports. We got quick picks today. Obviously, we got the Knicks versus the Cavs. So we're going to go ahead and make 2 to 3 picks for this game and join the winner's circle. Jill, you got something?
Yes, Ron. I was wondering what that Jalen Brunson line looked like.
JB. Here we go. Yeah, Jalen Brunson, 37.5 PRA, 34.5 points and assists, 30.5 points and rebounds.
30.5 points and assists, because that 38, I'm definitely taking the less on that today. 30.5 points and assists, 30.5 points and 34.5 points and assists. I'm gonna take the less on that, Ron.
Sure, he might do that in just points. But all right, we got Jalen Brunson less on 34.5 points and assists. What else are you guys thinking?
Let me get OG Anunoby. I want 20.5 points and rebounds more, please.
All right, you think he's gonna play enough?
I mean, how many minutes? Yeah, sure. I mean, let me check. I don't see any designation for him.
All right, we got OG, 20.5 points and rebounds for OG. I'm going to go with the big fella, Karl Anthony Towns. He going to have to get on that glass today. I'm going to go 28.5 points and rebounds. Yeah, I'm going to back out of that one. Let's go deep. Let's go deep, Mitch. Who?
Max Strus. What's his line look like?
Max Strus. Let me see. I don't know if he's on here. Yeah, I don't think we got Max Strus.
Max Strus, I thought he.
Oh, here you go, right here.
You got what? What's that? 12? I'm struggling to see it. Was that 14 points,
12
rebounds?
Yeah, 14.5 PRA, 12.5 points and rebounds, 10.5 points and assists.
I mean, the 12.5 might be good. I think that's a solid move.
All right, you want to go more?
Let's go more. I'll throw it out there.
All right.
Let's see if I can
I
get
can
it.
see Max Strus hitting 3 or 4 threes and grabbing 5 rebounds.
If he play in the fourth quarter, like Atkinson should play him.
Yeah.
If he plays.
That's what it come down to, of course.
How about that for an idea? How about get Drago off Apollo Creed? Don't let him die in there. What are you doing?
All right, y'all. That's how we rock it today on Splash Sports. If you like our picks, take our picks, make our picks, and make some money with them. If not, make your own picks, but ultimately make sure you use code CHOICE. Get the 100% deposit match up to $50 and the 100% quick picks boost. Remember, Splash Sports has the highest multipliers in all of DFS. So if you're looking to make no money, or if you're looking to make more money, look no further because this is where you can make the if you're looking to make more money, look no further because this is where you can make the most money possible. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle. All right, fellas. Let's dive into these super chats. Salute to everybody that's watching the video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you keep going in the comment section. Oh, and become a member too, because tonight we got a members only stream. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. It's going to be a good time. But jumping into the super chats, the first super chat I got for you guys is from Spanish Jose. Spanish Jose said, chill. The way you can't figure out Desmond Bane, I can't figure out Stephon Castle. Is he a PG, a point forward, or a running back? They went through this with Jeremy Sohan. So where do the Spurs place Castle in the foreseeable future?
He's a wing. That's what he is. I don't think he's a specific player on the wing. I don't think he's a 2-guard. I don't think he's a small forward. I just think he's a wing. And I think that he can play the position of wing. Like you can put him in different spaces, but I don't think he's a specific 2 or small forward.
Brother, he's a
point
guard.
Yeah.
Hybrid.
I would classify him as like a stereotypical like combo guard. Like he's gonna be able to do a lot of things. He'll be interchangeable at the
20
PG and the
turnovers
shooting
in
guard.
2 games is crazy though, bro.
He definitely needs to improve in that area, but it'll take time with maturity, with reps, with being in high leverage moments. You can see though, Swiper, some of the cross court passes, some of the understanding of, hey, I'm just going to throw it at the rim because I know Wemby's there. Some of that synergy. He's got the foundation, but it's going to take time, and it's hard to see it in real time now because the turnovers are really hurting them at times.
If
but
he
I
ever
think he's just a combo guard. That's what he is.
Damien, if he ever got his own team, which he won't because he'll never leave this team, he would 100% turn into a Russ hybrid. Like he'd be a Russ hybrid in every way, shape, or form.
Wow, I could see that.
That's what he would be. He would be a high leverage, like a high usage scorer, high usage rebounder, high usage passer. He's already shown that like he can get triple doubles like as well. When he gets older, he's going to be like a very, very different kind of variant of what Russell Westbrook is for sure.
And I think the turnovers are clean up too as he gets some more ball handlers around him. Like right now, it's just him handling the rock. So it's against an incredibly good defensive team too. So it's like you got to throw that in there. So I think that'll clean up as time goes on and his team gets better and better too.
But I think also, the record is 41 turnovers, Ron. I think Cage just set that, and he's at 20 in 2 games, just so you know.
Yeah, I looked back at all of his turnovers from last night. He actually only has 7 turnovers. So they gave him 2 turnovers for, at least on NBA.com, if you go and watch each turnover, 2 of them were not his. So I don't know what happened with that. But either way it goes, 7 turnovers is egregious. 11 turnovers is obviously egregious. So he got to figure it out. Last night, though, it was the unforced turnovers. And it wasn't just him. It was him and Wemby. Just dribbling like la, 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 la. And it's like you can't do that against OKC because one of those guys are going to come weeks. If it's not the guy guarding you, one of those guys are going to come over and help, and they're going to pluck that ball away from you. So, like, they just got to have more of a sense of urgency and attention to detail, and they'll be all right.
They did give Vassell a nasty Jordan McLaughlin throws the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that wasn't even him. And then there was another one. They tried to give him a backcourt violation.
They gave it to Jordan on the
Ron, he did dribble the ball on the backcourt
violation.
line.
Was
He did.
That was
That's not a turnover. That wasn't a backcourt violation.
Yes, he did. He dribbled the ball.
It wasn't. If you zoomed in, actually,
no, they slowed it down. The ball didn't even touch the line.
Yes, he did. He dribbled the ball in the half court.
I didn't see that angle, so I didn't see that angle.
They literally broke it. If you look at the ball, the ball doesn't touch the line. That's a crazy back.
And that's a turnover.
It's hard to see in real time, but I did see that slow-mo. Yeah, I did see that.
All right, Teflon Gunsmoke said, shout out Hartenstein for the free retwist on Stephon Castle. SGA bounced back like an MVP should. Also, by the time this series is over, the Knicks might be the favorites because they beaten up on each other in the West.
I was want to, like I said, Damien, if the Cavs win this series, I am going to be insufferable. I swear. If this series ends up going
as you should.
If this series ends up going 6-7 games, I am going to be insufferable. Manny, I was up here when I'm gonna tell you why. So when they beat Toronto, Donovan Mitchell sucks. The Cavs aren't very good. When they go down 2-0 to the Detroit Pistons, they're going out in 5. Detroit's going to serve these dudes. They're going out in 5. This series is over. And now here we are with the Knicks, who they threw 22 in a hole and basically gave it up at the end. But that's it. They're going to mop the Cleveland Cavs out the playoffs in 5 games. I promise you, Manny, I am going to be insufferable if they beat these guys. And I'm talking about ridiculously obnoxious. I ain't talking about just up here. When I'm in the streets, when you dudes see me, you are going to want to fight me. How I'm going to be when it comes to the Cavs.
You know what? I'm gonna add to this. I just want you to throw a little extra spice on there for me. Just when they do win this series, I want you to throw a little extra spice on there for me. So when you get to a point where you feel like, all right, I'm annoying the hell out of these dudes, just remember that I'm telling you right now, throw a little extra spice on it, because I don't know where this notion that the Cavs are a bad team came from. And I've been hearing this, especially in this Pistons series when we went up 2-0. I was hearing it from people too. Oh, it's about to be done in 5. And then we blew our I think it was game 5 in Detroit. People was, oh, y'all let the Cavs do that. And it's like, when did the Cavs become a bad team? Like, I never understood that.
Donovan Mitchell didn't score for the last 13 minutes of the one
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
That was right. That was awful.
It was 12 minutes, 49 seconds. Yes, he scored one bucket in the last 12 minutes and 49 seconds. No question about that. I get that. And that was a bad outing from him. That was just not only a bad outing from him, that was a bad outing from him and the Cleveland Cavaliers. They had no business losing that game. The probability of being up 20 with 7 minutes, you should win that game. The probability is I think 90% of some nonsense like that when you're up that much. However, there's a reason why they threw them dudes in the hole 20. They did some things it wasn't just because the Knicks were bad. There's a reason why they were the way that they were. He was attacking closeouts. Donovan Mitchell was attacking Cat in that pick and roll, and Cat couldn't play when Cat was in drop. He was attacking him in drop. They put Brunson into action. Right? They got Sam Merrill to relocate. They got Dean Wade to knock down open shots. They had Josh Hart looking like he was on roller skates trying to rotate defensively. They got Mitchell Robinson to get to the free throw line, and I threw a monkey wrench in their rebounding. That stuff was going on. They just fell apart at the end. If you could just hold it together, if you guys can just hold it together instead of running 85 or 100 meters, run the whole 100.
And then what you going to do when Brunson looks everybody in the eye and said, "What you going to do now?"
What am I going to do when
Brunson looks everybody in the eye and says, "I'm better than every single one of you out here, and you can't stop me." What are you going to do now?
It shouldn't have got to that point.
That's Brunson though. That's what Brunson does in offs. He's way better at than Mitch and Harden. Hey, that much.
It's interesting that you mentioned that too, Swiper.
5 straight, chill.
5 straight what?
He got 5 straight isolations and scored all 5 of them.
No, it was. I think it was
nuts, man.
Well, not just the 5 straight. I think it was 9 that they had on Harden, and they scored on all of them.
No, don't blame James Harden. Don't blame James Harden. Do not do that. He contested a lot of those. Brunson, I'm not gonna let y'all. I'm not gonna let y'all lie. No, Harden didn't play. Brunson did that to the 76ers too. He has done this to everybody he's seen in the playoffs. Is what I'm saying. He's done this to a lot of people.
How are the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Championship? Swiper. What are they doing there?
I picked them to beat Detroit.
No.
I picked them to beat Detroit. You yapper.
How are the Cavs in the conference?
I tell you why. You want to know why? They played the Raptors. They played the Raptors. No. Hey, chill. They played the Raptors. They played. Put me up on screen. And he thinks he's dominating somebody. Stop looking down at me. They played the Raptors. They beat the Raptors. Number one. I picked them to beat the Raptors, chill. They played Detroit. I picked them to beat Detroit. You lost faith. I stayed with them over the course of that whole series.
No.
My turn.
Lie.
And then what I told you
did not have them winning Game 7.
I said that the Knicks. No, that's not true. I said they were winning the series. What are you talking about?
I have them winning Game 7.
I have them winning the series. No, it's not. No, that's not true. I had them winning the series. And then on top of that, you faker, you frauder, you jump the ship all the time. They got James Harden and you got off the ship. And then all of a sudden, because you're a fan now you're back on the ship. Chill. Your odds are so bad, you couldn't see Stephon Castle didn't touch the line. Your odds are so bad, you couldn't see that James Harden was carrying your bum all the way to the conference final. Your odds are so bad, you couldn't watch me and see that I stuck with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Your odds are so bad, you can't see. Knicks. I picked the New York Knicks to go to the finals. I'm not moving off of that.
Okay,
they're going to beat this team.
The New York Knicks to go to the finals.
I don't think they're going to beat the Cavs.
I'm so with that. But with that being said, you just said what are they going to do when Jalen Brunson? What are they going to do when Jalen Brunson?
Yes.
What are they going to do when Jalen Brunson looks them in the eyes and says that I'm better than you? Did I not see Donovan Mitchell do that? In Cleveland? Did I not see Donovan Mitchell do that against Detroit? Where we saw him.
I'm not Detroit. This is New York.
Hold on. I got you, though. I got you. Okay.
Did I not see that?
I got you. What's going to happen when, Brunson looking at them, but what happens when they looking at Brunson like, let's just pick on this dude and score?
Who you got? Who you got to go and do it? Who you got to go and do it?
I've seen
who you got to go and do it?
Who do I have?
I got Donovan Mitchell. And then if you
great. You know what's going to happen? Hey, what we're going to do? We're trapping. Hey, by the way, you know what I'm gonna do, Manny? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trap Donovan Mitchell because he can't pass worth a lick. He can't pass worth a lick. You can't pass out the double team to save your life. You can't pass out the double team to save your life.
How well that work when he on the island though? When he on the island and all
with who? Bro, if I'm on an island with Donovan Mitchell, all I know is if I make you pass the ball, I've won. You can't pass.
That's just not true.
You can't pass. He's been a horrible player this whole playoff.
That's just not true. That's
the whole playoff.
That can't be taken in the truth. That he's been
the 5'11" Brunson. Clear.
Wait, how is this narrative? He's not been good play, not been a good playmaker this whole playoff.
That's just not true, Swiper. Because if he has not been a good distributor, right? If he has not been a good
he hasn't.
So it's just James Harden.
Yeah, it has been James Harden.
It's just James Harden that's doing all the passing. It's just James Harden that's operating.
Yes, it's been James Harden.
It's James Harden that's operating.
Yes, you're saying the facts. You're saying the facts.
You are the one.
I hate to admit it. Donovan Mitchell came out. He had like 6 assists in that game 7.
Good job. You got 2 good games passing. But again, Brunson is better than both of them. Brunson better than both of them. Brunson better than both of them.
So was Cade, if I'm not mistaken.
Cade was better in the series.
We had a conversation up here. We had a conversation up here that Cade was better than him too. We had a conversation.
Cade is better player than both of them. Wait. Manny. Was Cade Cunningham not the best player in that series?
Yeah.
Was Cade Cunningham not the best player in that series?
One more time,
was Cade Cunningham not the best player in that series?
And what happened? And
Swiper. So what? They didn't lose because of Cade Cunningham.
Can you tell
they did not lose because of Cade?
Cade 46% from 3 in the first half.
Right. But your argument is that Jalen Brunson is the best player in the series.
And OG's better. And OG's better than them. And OG's playing better than them.
So Jalen Brunson is the best player in the series. Like Cade.
And they got OG. And they got Karl Anthony Towns. All 3 of them.
They could still lose. That could still happen.
My
You
starting five is better than yours. My bench is better than yours. My big threes better than yours. My big fours better than yours. My defense is better than yours. My offense is better than yours. My haircut's nicer than yours. I can see better than you. I can hear better than you. I can look better than you. I dress better than you. My car cleaner than yours. My house bigger than yours. My money lower than yours. My city nicer than yours.
So I don't got to do none of that.
Oh my gosh.
No, I don't. I don't got to go to Turkey because this
I'm going to Turkey and you finna be cooked. You finna be cooked.
Hey, speaking of which, y'all seen Devin Carter? He
No.
fresh back from Turkey, boy. Hey, that boy. Hey,
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me.
I hear a lot looking crisp.
Hey,
I see you, boy.
Get out the champion, man, and step on stage. Drake, get on stage, Drake. Get on stage, Drake. You lied. You lied. Penn want to be big in the chat. Get on the stage, Penn. They didn't send me the link. Give him the link right now. Give him the link right now.
He got the link. Penn, you got the link.
You got the link.
Penn was good,
but
bro.
we gonna go ahead and keep it pushing on the next super chat. Drink more water said Wemby still had a good game, but you can clearly see the difference when there isn't a 1 foot height difference. I can't reiterate how dumb I thought putting Caruso on Wemby was. Imagine Nate Robinson guarding Braun all game.
Well, we do live in a space where everybody does everything. So just because big guys do guard things, that means guards got to do big guy things too. Wings got to do everything too. So a wing has to be able to guard a big guy. A wing has to be able to man down the paint. Wings have to be able to rebound like big guys do. So I mean, that's what we live. That's what we live. Correct.
I might be in a minority here, but I really don't ever think that's the dumbest move when, we see these smaller dudes guards these 7-footers, bro. Like sometimes I think it's an advantage in that, being a smaller guy myself. Sometimes you're just able to read the ball handler. And if the big want to put the ball on the floor and do all that dribbling stuff, then I'm going to take it. Sometimes
absolutely. But here's the difference with that though, Manny. When the big is getting closer to the basket and won't put the ball on the floor and we'll just throw it up to him and he'll just put the ball in the basket.
Yep.
That's where the disadvantage comes in. That's why we need the big guy to do his job, right?
Yep.
So the idea of Alex Caruso covering Wemby at the nail, sure. Alex Caruso holding up Wemby at the elbow, great. Alex Caruso getting buried underneath the basket and dealing with Wemby, not so much. No, not so much. I don't think so.
All right, EKZ 1812 sent through 20 euros, pounds, 20 whatever it is. Appreciate you, and said major shout out to the GOAT Ron. I'm a GOAT.
No.
He said you guys should do a watch along for some of the Messi World Cup games. Prime Messi in NBA terms, by the way, is MJ level scoring, Magic passing, Kyrie handles, Steph shooting, Wilt numbers, Russell and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar accolades all in one. Damian,
Mars,
is this the truth?
Mars, who's the GOAT, Mars?
I mean, it's
Messi.
Is it Messi?
He's the best ever.
But
he's the best
that
ever.
super chat, was that super chat Messi?
MJ
take
scoring,
it,
Magic
yeah.
passing, Steph
He
shooting.
overblew it a little bit.
You could, if you glaze Messi, you could argue that. I wouldn't, but you could argue.
By the way,
Agreed,
congratulations, Mars. I don't know if you saw my tweet to you and your Arsenal love.
I did. I said low. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations on winning the Premier League. The Premier League chat. Shout out to you. Great day to be a Londoner. Us and Arsenal, we have won our first Premier League in 22 years. And then you have the championship on May
That English
30th.
accent sucks, by the way.
May 30th?
What's that?
30th, I think 31st, one of those days. Yeah.
Chill, why you always hating on me? Say something good about me.
You 100% hate on me all the time. That's all you do is hate on me.
Chill,
a
I
long
talk
time
about
coming for
how
Arsenal
long
fans,
your money is all the time. How you're following. I tell
You
people
literally
hate when they
just said
see
that
you.
your house is better than mine, your money longer than mine.
Yeah,
your car
I'm
better than
rifting.
mine.
I'm
You
rifting.
literally
I'm
just did
rifting. I
that.
don't believe everything I'm saying. Chill. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yo, Damian, to this super chat, you will be down to do some watch parties
Sure. Yeah.
for
Absolutely, man.
a
Bring
Messi
back the
game.
watch parties, man. Absolutely. Always,
All right, hey, well, see,
always gotta watch the
maybe in the
games, man.
Discord. Maybe we'll do that in the Discord. We'll have a watch party. Speaking of which, tomorrow night we'll be in the Discord doing a watch along for the Thunder and Spurs game. Y'all pull up to that. Obviously, you got to become a member to get in the Discord. But if you are a member, pull up and join the Discord. Actually, you don't have to be a member tomorrow to watch it. So just join the Discord. And we'll see you guys in there. Chill was in there last time. I was in there last time. A bunch of the goofies in the chat was in there. It was a good time. And also, too, later tonight, speaking of which, later tonight, we got a members-only stream, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, this is going to be during the game, so it'll be a 2-for-1. We'll get our members-only stream in, but we'll also be having a watch party for the game as well. So you get the best of both worlds. We'll talk hoop, and we'll talk whatever else y'all want to talk about. Now, you know, the conversations are endless. You never know what rabbit hole will go down. All right, the next super chat is from Z-Dub, 5125, $19.99. Z-Dub said, Shea said Hartenstein's impact wasn't good. I think he was chatting. 8 offensive rebounds and gave OKC a double-double. He grabbed 5 key offensive rebounds. He meant to say 8 defensive rebounds. And then he said he grabbed 5 key offensive rebounds in the fourth and kept many possessions alive for OKC in crunch time.
Z-Dub is the reason why people are in the penitentiary for stuff that they didn't do. Because if he actually watched,
Shea clarified that though. Shea clarified after the game.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Damian. He said in the post game he heard the question wrong. He heard it wrong, and then he said the right answer afterwards. But Z-Dub up here, Shea said his impact wasn't good. Can you tell everybody what he said afterwards, though, Z? Instead of just coming up here and saying, "Oh, Shea said this." That's why people are in the penitentiary for stuff that they didn't do because of stuff like this. That's why people end up getting in fights and fight start because of stuff like that right there. That's exactly why. Because that's not what it was at all. He got in the post game and he talked because it was literally she got him right after the game was over. She got him right after the game was over.
You got a hearing problem or something?
He said that he didn't hear her correctly. And he said he clarified it in the post game. He said he didn't hear her correctly because, I mean, Swiper, you've been to games before, and you know how loud it is, right? You know how loud it is in there. And sometimes you hear stuff, especially in the heat of the moment. You say things that, wait a minute, no, that's not what I meant, and that's not what I was trying to say. No, that's not what I meant at all. So again, he got into the post game and he talked about how much better Hartenstein was last night. So this is exactly what I'm talking about with stuff like that. Oh, look what he said. Look what he said. Let's start something.
Yo, you was a professional tattletailer. You were.
I am not. I am not. That's not true at all. In fact, people think because I worked in law enforcement, I did a lot of stuff that I am not proud of more than the stuff that I'm proud of. Yes, sir. I kept my mouth shut.
We all have, Chill.
I kept my mouth shut with a lot. I looked the other way with a lot of stuff that I should have said something about. A lot of stuff.
So, Swiper, a professional tattletale, that's a corporate snitch?
Yes, 100%. By the way, we need snitches. And remember whistleblowers, Chill? The White House, every time they get a whistleblower, all of a sudden you don't hear from them again. So we need snitches. We need whistleblowers. Of course, I'm all the way on board. Get them out the hood. If they committing crimes, get them gone. Go get them somewhere. You should be able to go to the grocery store and be walking around. If a dude walking around school, for instance, Chill, when they be getting them reports of like, oh, this little Timmy's like got a little aggression. He writes these crazy little stories about his classmate. Get him gone. Send him on the way. Tell, snitch.
I'll give you an example, Ron. So in the wing that I used to work in, like I used to.
Sure. Are you sure you want to give this example?
Sure, no problem. In the wing that I used to work in.
Wait, chill. Are you pulling up to the members only stream tonight?
Yes, I'll be there.
Chill. They can't get everything on the panel. You know, hey, you gotta pull up to the members only stream to get this specific story from Chill. So once again, if you are an all-star, you will be invited to come on stage. You could bring your own stories too of you guys snitching. Because I know it's a few rats in the chat. We can get them stories too.
Bigsby, Dave Chappelle's character, Bigsby, Kareem in the chat. I would snitch on you any day of the week. Any day of the week, I'm calling you out for being ignorant and crazy and dumb. I'm saying that, and I'm snitching every time. Mama, it's him. It's him. Pope him. Him right there. Kareem. I'm snitching on Kareem right now.
You're calling him Clayton Bigsby?
Get Kareem out of here.
You like that at school?
You're calling him Clayton Bigsby?
100%. That's Clayton. That's Clayton Bigsby. Get Kareem up out of here. You ain't got to get rid of him. I'm snitching. It's you. You ain't got to worry about it. I know. It's you. You are the one. You are the one. You, Kareem, you.
I could give Ron, I got plenty, but I could give you this one. And this one's PG. But I got plenty more though. But I used to work in the wing, and there was pedophile convicted guys over there. Now I don't really go. I don't do well with people who have, convictions against children. I don't do well with that. So when it was time for him to go to get his medication, Damian, he might have fell down the steps on his way to get his medication. That might have happened. That might have happened. I'm just saying. And when he's got a 6-inch gash over his eye and he's got to get stitches, he fell down the steps on his way to.
There was some water there, yeah. Uh-huh.
He fell on the steps on his way to get his medication. That's what happened.
You got to be more careful,
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything else except he fell down the steps. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what was in my report. We were on our way to get the medication, and he was walking downstairs, and he fell on the steps, and he hit his head. That's why.
All I'm telling you, everybody up here, I ain't seen nothing. Bell, I ain't seen nothing. A lot of people in the chat, who all came to PC weekend in Portland, I ain't seen nothing. Y'all was with us. I didn't see a lick. But Kareem, I saw everything. Start to finish.
All right, y'all. The next super chat that I got. First off, shout out to Cheese. Cheese, he's not only a Hall of Famer. He's not only somebody that taps in regularly. He's not only somebody that engages with us. He'll leave comments in the live stream and he'll leave comments after the show. But Cheese does the community a big service by gifting these memberships out to people who don't have memberships. So there's some people who weren't able to type in the chat. Now they're able to type in the chat. Salute to Cheese. He gifted 20 Players' Choice memberships. That's goated. That's goated tier right there. Thank you, Cheese. Appreciate you. And salute to everybody that got those memberships. If you got them, thank Cheese and also like the video too. Tupac Westside sent through $10 and said, "Morning, fellas. Sucks that the injury bug might affect this great series. I feel bad for J-Dub. All that rest and that hamstring still hurts. Ric Flair and Laker FC. Still wish that Luka rushed back."
I wonder when did this whole thing with J-Dub, I mean, you guys maybe can fill me in on this. When did this whole thing with this hamstring? Is this season? Was this going on last year? Or when did this start with him?
Early in this. What did training camp, Mars? Before the
I
year?
believe so. He missed the first 20 whatever games.
Well, he had the wrist surgery, right?
Because he had the hand
missed
thing.
the first whatever games.
I know about
Yeah,
that.
he missed the first whatever
Yeah.
games. He came back and then got hurt in January.
It might have been earlier than that, bro. Because remember, he
It
missed.
might
He
have
might
been
have
Early, it was very early. Yeah.
But he came
Might have
back
been
in like
December.
December. So let's see.
like 30-some games this year.
He came back November 26th. He got hurt. I was right. He came back. He got hurt January 17th.
Mhm.
Gaslighting me talking about.
Hamstring.
Yeah, he got hurt January
Started the
17th.
season with that hand.
He came back right before the All-Star break, got hurt
I
again,
remember that game against Miami.
and then missed until the end of mid-March. Came back in and out, and then got hurt in game 2 against Phoenix, and then came back and then got hurt again.
I remember that too. That was against that was against Miami. That was early in the game that he got hurt and he was done for the night. Yeah, I do remember that.
And he pulled up. He pulled up against Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
them
just-
hamstring injuries ain't nothing to play with, man.
But there's going to be more injuries if Wemby keeps diving on people like that as well. By the way,
Yeah.
What?
that was
Wemby
a
keep
dangerous
diving-
play. That was a dangerous play.
Oh, you talking about the FGA? We almost knocked him, took his legs out or whatever.
Yeah,
Wemby big ass be all over the place.
there was a
Flailing
few.
and
There was a
flailing
few
and running
dangerous
to
plays
people.
yesterday.
I just don't know, Ron.
Man, that's how that Nas Reed thing happened. When we started getting pushed around, he
gets the whistle.
done.
He does. He gets the whistle. It's not a situation where Wemby is not getting the whistle when he gets roughed up. But you know, yes, he gets the whistle. He got the
What?
Whistle. He got the whistle against
There was-
Minnesota. Yes, he did.
He didn't get it yesterday at all. He should have had more foul calls yesterday.
It's yesterday, yeah, you're right. Because Hartenstein should have been fouled out yesterday. The way he was
Should've been on
doing
the
Wemby.
first 6 minutes.
Part of being a big man. Yeah, you got to play through some level of physicality. Yes, you do.
Well,
As long as
chill.
it
My
ain't-
thing is like
If it ain't dirty, I'm good.
my thing with this whole thing is this: like, we compare Wemby to the all-time greats already, but we can't also complain at the same time when he's getting the same all-time great treatment and physicality out there, because we've seen this with everyone. I remember it with Shaq getting absolutely abused down low. I remember guys tackling LeBron in the playoffs. I remember people undercutting Kobe. Jokic is leaving games with scratch marks on his arms like he's Wolverine. People are holding onto Steph for dear life. We know about the Jordan rules. Like, these guys are going to have to play through this physicality. And Wemby's going to find a way, but the great ones find a way. But that's what's going to be with him. He is now undergoing, hey, this guy's the best player on the floor. We're trying to, generate an advantage in our favor by treading the rules, So this is what comes with the territory of being a great player. You know what I
The
mean?
stuff that's going on with Wemby, is it physical? And because I'm watching this game and I'm asking you guys, because I don't think it's dirty. I think it's toeing the line of what's going on.
With Wemby,
And I do think that some of the stuff is illegal. I'm not going to argue that point. I do think that some of the stuff is illegal, and he does get the whistle. So this isn't like it's not like the stuff that he gets all the time. They never call it. They 100%, like when he had gotten a layup against Ant, who literally pushed him out of bounds. He got the whistle for that, right? Him when he ends up going up, he ends up trying to. I think I want to say that it was Mike Conley and Nas Reed, and him and Nas Reed got tangled up. He ended up falling over his own guy trying to block a shot. That didn't have anything to do with Nas Reed. But then Julius Randle whacks him across the arm and he falls out of bounds. He got the whistle for that. So it's not like he's not playing. It's not like the stuff that he's playing through. It's not like he's never getting the calls.
No, but it's not that, Chill. You can't. I think the issue is, and this is new, not new for me. I've said this before. When you start the game off with illegal contact, there's no way that the referees are going to say, okay, well, we're just going to call every single foul that's occurring. At some point, they're going to let it go.
Yeah.
Hart was clearly making it a point to grab Wemby on the way up on rebounds, to not give up offensive rebounds, or when he just period, like they're holding on to him constantly, because that's the smart thing. You want to be disruptive to a point. But then what happens is, Chill, and I said this on the video yesterday, is that the OKC Thunder, when Wemby then tries to respond with a similar level of physicality, you saw Jay Will try to flop onto the ground and draw a foul call. iHeart did the same thing on the first challenge they had the review, because iHeart grabs Wemby. Wemby then's trying to re-get position. He falls and flails, so they call a foul. Now Mitch Johnson has to blow the whistle again. Challenge one. The next one, Chet, shows a similar level of physicality. When Wemby blocks his shot, they call a foul. They then challenge the play. They win the second challenge. Now there's no more challenges the rest of the game. So now when Castle, on an offensive rebound or defensive rebound opportunity, gets his hair grabbed and pulled and drilled down to and there's a dead ball, now we can't challenge.
That was nasty.
Now when Wemby is falling to the ground on turnovers or whatever, Castle got to gather through, Chill, like a straight gather through. He clearly gets hit on his arms.
Yep.
There's no call. And if there's a dead ball stoppage, now you can't challenge it. I think the issue is, Chill, when it comes to bigs, as I've said, all you have to do is start the game off with the level of violence that there's no way you can take this out of the game. Because I'm going to do this every play. I'm going to do it every single play. I might get 3 foul calls, 4 foul calls, 5 foul calls, but at the end of the day, it's still going to work to my advantage because I'm controlling the tone and tenor of the game. And I thought the officials yesterday were horrendous, like horrific yesterday. And I think that the whistle was very much in favor of OKC, but it's the non-whistle for OKC too. It's also that other side of it.
Yep.
Hey, Chill. I'm gonna slide in here right quick. Oh, hold on, right quick, Manny. Right along these lines, I'm not gonna change this topic. Well, we might change the subject based on my man. Can we change subject? Now, Cheese 15 gifted 20 Players Choice memberships. That was amazing. And then Can We Change Subject entered the chat and snatched this nigga Cheese's chain and said 20 memberships. I could do that too. That's light work. And then turned around and actually changed the subject. Can We Change Subject sent through $50, but it's not necessarily changing the subject. He said they stepping on his ankle, but it's not dirty.
That was the Chet play. Yeah. Chet was trying to box out. So they had, and then Chet stepped on Wemby's ankle, and it was before the ball all the way got into the rim as well. So and then there was a no call, and then there was the other one, Damian, where Isaiah Hartenstein clearly has a lane violation, but then they also
That
call
definitely
and
was
stuff
a
as well.
violation. Yes, that
Yeah.
was. That was
That's
definitely
right,
a violation.
yeah.
You got to blow a whistle on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I don't like to do is I don't like to get wrapped up in officiating, because officiating takes away from the actual game. I mean, I've said this to you guys countless times. As an official, you are going to involve me in the game. Me involving myself in the game, that makes things worse. You are going to involve me in the game. But with that being said, it seems like Tony Brothers finds himself in these kind of games. I don't know what it is about Tony Brothers, but he finds himself in these kind of games where the whistle, whenever he blows the whistle, I'm thinking to myself, Tone, what are you looking at right there? Because that's not a foul. And Tone, what are you looking at? Like, for example, there was a play when Wemby was right underneath the basket. This was the third quarter when Wemby ends up throwing the ball off the rim, and he ends up throwing the ball off the rim and then follows it up with a dunk. He got fouled. Blow the whistle. That's a foul. Blow the whistle. And Tony Brothers is standing right there on the baseline. You know what he's doing? He's watching the game instead of refereeing the game. Like I feel like it's stuff like that happens with him and him particularly. But I don't like to get wrapped up in officiating, because what it does is it takes away from how good these guys are in, one, playing through physicality, and two, how important it is to not pay attention that much to it. I mean, yes, Hartenstein, that was a violation. Sure, I'm not going to argue that point. How do you get your hand tangled up in somebody's hair? What did my man Big Ox say? You don't like it? Cut your hair. That's how we get to the bottom of that. Cut your hair. You can't pull my hair if I don't have none. Cut your hair. That's how we get to the bottom of that.
I think that
Manny, you was about to, right quick, Damien. Manny, you was about to speak into this, but also too, I know you're about to leave in a second. Also, after you give your comments on the physicality, can you also give us your predictions on who's going to win both series?
Both series. That was the only thing I heard. It cut out for me a little bit, but you said both series. Who's going to win?
Yeah, well, hold on. I want you to still speak in, because you were going to speak into the physicality of the series. So I want to hear your thoughts on that, and then I want to hear both of your predictions before you bounce out of here.
Okay, yeah. In terms of physicality, I don't think it's really anything like dirty. I feel like a large majority of the plays that's happening that are called fouls, I can't really consider them dirty. I do think it's a lot of missed calls, kind of like you were saying, Swipe. But I just wanted to add to that of like, it's not necessarily that that OKC is getting a better whistle. It's just a lot of times, even on the defensive end, they're not getting called for these fouls that are actual fouls. And that kind of helps them as well, because they get to get away with being a little more physical. So I don't think it's dirty, but it's just more so like some of these calls are not being called for OKC, but you go on the other side of the court and the smallest things are getting called. That's the first thing. And then in terms of prediction, I got Spurs winning in 7. Spurs winning in 7. If obviously we get Fox back and they get healthier than what they are right now, Spurs winning in 7, and then Cavs winning in 7 as well.
So Spurs Cavs finals.
Spurs Cavs finals.
No, a finals nobody called before the season. Nobody.
I damn sure.
Oh, who did you have? You had Detroit. You had Detroit and San Antonio. That's right. Yeah. Mars had Detroit and San Antonio.
I was hoping for that too.
Not Cleveland and San Antonio. Mars had Detroit and
next year, Manny. There's always next year, brother.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Next year.
Yeah, how are you feeling right now? What going into the offseason, how you feeling? Do you think you guys need to make a move?
I'm depressed. Hell yeah, we need to make a move. Hell yeah, bro. We gotta get man, I'm on record saying the Devin Booker agenda starts now. I don't give a damn who we gotta get rid of, as long as we can keep Cade and Asar. Get everybody out of there and let's get Devin Booker. I know it's a very impossible task, but shit, man, that agenda, let me just go ahead and spread that rumor right now. Let's get D-Book over to Detroit. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Speak it into
get Cade some help.
Right.
What's some other names though? Because like we floated around some names. I've seen Kawhi. We've talked about Laurie. Yesterday we spoke into Kyrie. If you're not able to get Devin Booker, who's another guy that you would love?
Yeah. So realistically, obviously I would want Devin Booker in the dream scenario. Probably won't happen, but realistically, a guy we could probably trade for, Michael Porter Jr. I would love to see him over in Detroit. I think he could kind of play a better role than what Tobias Harris was playing. Because he can shoot. He also played more defense to Tobias Harris. I don't see people being able to pick on Michael Porter Jr. like they did Tobias Harris in the playoffs. Another guy, if he falls under the radar, and you heard me, I said I don't think he would get picked on as much as they did Tobias Harris.
What?
Man, Tobias Harris
Brother,
got.
I've watched every playoff second of Michael Porter Jr.'s career, bro. That's not a specialty for Porter.
You think he would be
Tobias Harris a much better individual defender than Porter.
Maybe
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's a good rim help. He's a good like rotator. Like he's a good like rotate to the rim contest guy. If you got length on him,
Rebound
like
too.
if you're not super fast,
But wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be able to grab more boards too? I feel like he's better on the glass than with Tobias Harris.
Conceptually, he's a better rebounder. Physicality, he doesn't do well with though. So if you're like being overtly physical with him, he's not going to get rebounds. Like that's not his specialty. But he can grab rebounds very well.
Man, you
And
think I
he's
got
Offensively, so dynamic though. Offensively, very dynamic though.
Offensively, he's
for that
another
Pistons
guy
team.
who can sit on the wing and shoot. He can stretch the floor for us. And I think that's a big piece of it.
How long do you wait for guys to get better? Like what's the timeline for you?
To develop, man,
Yeah.
I think after like 3 years, if we're not seeing any drastic improvements, I think it's time to start shipping people out. Like with Lasar, obviously, the main topic is jump shots. The main thing is him being able to get a jumper, get a respectable shot, not necessarily anything that's going to wow an offense, but something that's respectable from behind the arc. If we're 3 seasons from now and this conversation is still the same, I think it needs to be something that has to be considered.
Because the reason why I'm asking, do you think you got it wrong with Ron Holland?
With Ron, I like Ron, man, but it kind of goes to like Bickerstaff and his rotations too. I feel like Ron don't always get enough time to shine and get used to being on the floor. Like there's times where he have a really good game, or he might have a stretch of a month where he's playing really good going back to the regular season, and then he might not see the floor for 2 weeks. And then it's like, that takes a toll on a player's confidence, on the rhythm they might have, and also it kind of lead them questioning where they're going to be in the offense and what role they need to play in the offense. Because then you go to the playoffs and my man's ain't played all damn season toward the back half, and you say, all right, you in the game, and now we need you to do this. And it's like, shit, I don't even know what you need me to do at this point. Should I sit in the corner? Should I go guard him? Should I bring the ball up? Like, what do I need to do? So I think sometimes with the rotations, it kind of hurts his development in a way, because he's not really seeing the floor as much as he should. Whereas if he was on a team that's worse, where he's playing way more, we'd see him develop a little bit faster.
So we might have made a mistake. This is a roster construction thing, not necessarily you got bad players. Because again, you got Asor Thompson, number 5 pick. You got Ron Holland, number 5 pick. I think that Jalen Duren was a top 10 pick, right? And you got K. So of these 4 guys, this is the core of your group, young guys, right? And with the core of your group, Holland is going into year 3 this year. Thompson is going into year 3 or year 4? What year?
4.
So we're going into year 4. Now you guys know how I feel about guys when we get around year 5. You guys know how I feel about them. What a guy's floor is at this point, right? So I say that to say, what is the developmental timeline? Like, what do I want to see from Ron Holland? Number one, I want to see him play more minutes. 20 minutes is not enough for the number 5 overall pick. He should not be playing behind Tobias Harris. He shouldn't be. If you picked him with the number, here's the thing, Ron. If you picked him with the number 5, pick, you obviously got plans for him, like real plans for him to play, and not like play in 3 or 4 years. You got plans for him to play now. We're going into year 3. He shouldn't still be playing behind Tobias.
You talk about this next season.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
He should not still be playing behind Tobias Harris next season. He should be your starting. He should be, if he's not starting, he should be in heavy rotation. And I'm talking about 25, 30 minutes. Asor Thompson is another one. That offensive game has to improve. Manny, I think that from a core standpoint, I'm not willing to dump any of these guys. Get better, man. That's what we got a player development department for. If you put this
Manny,
roster
you're a
together,
fan of bringing back
get
Durant.
better. This ain't good enough.
For sure, Damian. Yes, I as bad as he pissed me off this season. And chill, I also agree with you to a point. I don't think we need
This
to blow
season
it
or
up.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. During for playoffs.
Okay.
Hell, no, he pissed me off this playoffs. Like it took him 2 rounds to wake up and realize he was 7 foot tall and stronger than everybody on the floor. But, I am a fan of bringing him back just for the fact that he still has such a high ceiling. He still has so much potential. Like, granted, he's only 22. And it's like, as bad as he was, we're not damn sure shouldn't give him a max deal. Not at this age and after the performance he put on, but we got to pay him enough to keep him around. Like I'm on board to paying him to keep around because we don't win 60 plus games without Duren. Like we just don't. We don't become the number one seed without Duren. And I mean, we've seen what he's capable of. It just so happens that on the biggest stage, he did not show up. And I think that's something I really pray it changes because I ain't gonna be able to survive too many more of them performances like he had this season in the playoffs. So I think he will improve down the line, but I'm definitely on board with bringing him back for sure. Like, just don't give him a max, not right now. Maybe 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Okay, he's expanded his offensive game. He's still solid defensively. He's a smarter player. He's got a mid-range jump shot. Okay, now we can give him a max and keep him around for a long time.
Fair enough.
I can get with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump back into these super chats. Manny, before you bounce out, where can the people find you at?
Yeah, check out the pod, man. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at The Run Podcast. Go ahead, search it up. You'll see all the Pistons content on there. You'll see some Falcons content too, coming up in this football season. But yeah, check it out at The Run Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then YouTube, The Run with Manny Wilson.
There
Absolutely.
you have it, y'all. Make sure to follow up.
Very good.
Be easy,
Manolo.
fellas. I appreciate it.
See you later, Manny.
Manny.
All right.
All right, brother.
Be easy.
Absolutely.
All right. Chat, as you know, when you lose one good thing, it's the good thing about life. You lose one good thing and you gain something better. What's going on, Pissare basketball?
Hey,
Pembroke, what's up, brother?
Hey.
What's good,
Up,
man?
Pen, man.
What's up, Pembroke? How you doing, brother?
We living good.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
Yes, sir. Playoff basketball.
Fantastic.
in full effect.
Here, let me put you where you need to be. Yeah, right there.
Yes, sir. Playoff
What is it?
basketball.
What do you call it? An idiot sandwich?
Mhm.
This is not an
There you
idiot
go.
sandwich.
So, Penn, what didn't you like of all the things you liked about what you saw in Oklahoma City? What didn't you like about Oklahoma City yesterday?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say what I didn't like about OKC, to be honest. I didn't like a lot of things about what the Spurs did yesterday, but it was to be expected, you know, like they burned themselves out in game one. I said it. Like that's an exhausting game. This is a long series. Nobody's beating anybody 4-0. Nobody's beating anyone 4-1. This is going to be a 6 or 7 game series. And if you're the San Antonio Spurs, you're down numbers. Honestly, like you're not. I think you played a little bit better without J-Dub, if I'm being honest. When J-Dub went out, I think I liked the flow of the offense a lot better. There was a lot less slashing and a lot more shooting that was happening. And I think this series is really coming down to who has more guards to sustain you, right? Like Alex Caruso is a guard. He's able to handle some initiation, bring up duties, right? So is Jared McCain, so is AJ Mitchell, so is Shea.
He did that with the Lakers. Yes, he did. He did that with the Lakers.
Right. And that's important because you need to be able to get Shea some rest off the ball a little bit, right? Whereas with the Spurs, they're having to hammer themselves into this situation with Steph Castle where he's breaking all-time NBA records for turnovers. And I feel like it is going to Jordan McLaughlin wasn't a lot better, right? So it's tough.
Is that turnover thing with Castle overblown, or is he really that bad?
Some of the turnovers are egregious. Egregious. They are not high level decisions. They're just crazy. What did he see? Did he see a ghost? He saw someone that wasn't there and he just threw it to them. Like it's some crazy passes that he's throwing. I've never viewed him as a high level passer. He's a good connective passer. If he's running your offense is in trouble.
Is that
yeah.
largely? I think it's largely due to them not having the personnel right now. That's number one. But number two, to Mitch Johnson's point, like he does put Castle on the ball sometimes, and he puts him on the ball. It seems like in an experimental case where let me see how he reacts. Even he did it when he was playing against the Trailblazers. He did it when he was playing against Minnesota, where he'll put him on the basketball and make him a playmaker for a while, like for an extent. But now we're in a space where now he has to be on the ball without De'Aaron Fox on the floor, without Dylan Harper on the floor, and he's got to think more like a lead guard. And we see the deficiencies in his game. And what I see in the deficiencies in his game, it's obvious that he does need to be, I feel like, on the wing a little bit more, be more of a scorer and less of a decision maker as a playmaker, and I do think that he's going to be good at that. But where we are right now with him in that particular position, no, it's not going to work.
I don't know. I think it's you're always in a bind when your lead initiator isn't a great pull-up jump shooter, especially from deep. Like, I'm not gonna put Steph Castle in the Amen Thompson category of this. Obviously, he's a lot better at this, but he's not a threat. Like, he's not a threat like Dylan Harper's a threat or De'Aaron Fox is a threat even. So I don't think De'Aaron Fox is a great three-point shooter by any means, but still, like, there's that pull-up jump shooting from the mid-range that I think is a little lethal. So I think they're able to crowd his dribble a lot. And honestly, for all the talk that people are talking about how much Wemby got hacked yesterday, can we talk about how much Shea got hacked yesterday?
He did. Yes, sir.
He was getting grabbed. There was this particular play where he pushed off when he flung his elbow back and he picked up his 5th foul. On that play and the play before, he had been fouled about 9 times. No whistle. So, you know, it's a bit of a gimmick that people have to come up here and say, like, oh, Shea got the most favorable whistle in the NBA. Yeah, just to some degree in isolation sometimes. But yesterday they were letting him hack him. So shout outs to Shea.
All right, y'all. I'm about to dive back into these super chats. I do want to get around to talking about the 2 rookie teams as well. We do got to knock out a good portion of these super chats, but we may get around to these all rookie teams here in a little bit. Pimp named Slickback said apparently the same NBA that rigged the 2023 and 2025 drafts for the San Antonio Spurs is against them now, according to people like Wiper. The NBA's 2 favorite love childs are duking it out. I don't care who wins.
What?
What's more likely? The NBA rigged it for them or they have really smart management?
I think
What's more likely?
I think it's really smart management.
That kind of hits home. Because if the NBA is rigging it for 2 of their smallest markets, that's bad business. You should be rigging it for New York and LA. It's crazy.
And Chicago.
I mean, sure.
Eddie Cano said, I think this series will be decided by injuries. Sadly, both teams playing at too straining of a pace on heavy minutes, and guys already dropping like flies by game 2. OKC's depth is huge, or is a huge advantage.
Well, Jalen Williams' injury has already been a problem for the majority of the season, so we kind of anticipated that.
They're used to that, yeah.
Yeah, they played without him throughout the course of the season. Now, I think it's going to be really difficult for them to win without him because I think that Harper is coming back. I don't think this injury is. I don't think this injury is as bad. I mean, he's 20 years old. Like younger guys, especially that young, have a tendency to bounce back a lot quicker than older guys. But with that being said, like they need Fox to be healthy. Right. They definitely need Fox to be healthy. And I think he's going to play too. I don't think that Fox is going to be out for the majority of this series. I do think that AJ Mitchell is also going to be healthy too. So I don't think that we're going to see what we saw in 21 with Leonard and then with Trey rolling his ankle. I don't think we're going to see that kind of injury aspect to what's going on in both Oklahoma City and San Antonio. But I do think that it has had some effect on what's going on in the series. I don't think it's going to be the decider.
And OKC are the fresher team, Chill. They finished their series early. The Spurs went to 6 with the Wolves. If I was to bet on which team would be healthier, I think that the Thunder are going to be healthier. They've just had less wear and tear. And like we said, they've been used to playing without J-Dub for the most part. And it looks like Mitchell's going to be okay. So I think when it comes to the health battle, I think they're probably going to win it in that way.
All right, I got a few new members that I want to shout out. Conscious E became an all-star. Salute to Conscious E. Yakman also became a member, and Wom became a member too. Conscious E, you're an all-star now. If you want to join our members-only stream tonight, jump into Discord. You have access to the all-star chat. In that all-star chat, I'm going to drop the link in there. And if you're a Hall of Famer, I'll drop the link in the Hall of Fame chat. You guys have an opportunity to come on stage and kick it with us tonight during our members-only stream. Looking forward to seeing y'all there. The next super chat I got is from Dub Ball Out Highlights. Right along these same lines, Dub Ball Out said, "What's up, y'all? Spurs are in trouble if their guards are getting hurt.
Yep.
They can't have Castle as the primary ball handler. It's been rough, and something just doesn't sit right about iHeart pulling Castle's hair.
Yeah, if they're hurt, it's cooked. If
Was
Fox
that
is-
inadvertent? You think that was on?
No,
you think that was on purpose?
he had his hand in it, and then he grabbed and then yanked to move forward to get ahead in the fast break. So no, he didn't mean to first touch it. But once he grabbed it, he held on. But chill, just like in NFL. Like remember, if you got locks in the NFL, people will legit grab your locks and then they will pull back. So you 100% meant to do.
Will they look at that swiper? Do you think? Do you think the league office will
Absolutely.
look at that?
This ain't NFL.
I
First
think
off,
so as well.
you're tackling
think
people
so
like
as well,
you
yeah.
grabbing a man's hair. Yeah, absolutely.
No question about it.
But you think he'll get fined?
I mean, maybe. I don't know if the NFL has in their policies, like if you grab dreads or locks, and they're gonna penalize you for. I just haven't seen it like that happen in a while.
But I just think that when we're talking about when series like this, when we get to the Western Conference Championship, we get to the Eastern Conference Championship, it's gonna get dirty. It's gonna get mucked up. It's gonna get ugly. Like this is part of playoff basketball. Don't get me wrong. This ain't the bad boy Pistons when we clotheslining dudes, right? This ain't the Boston Celtics where we or the Lakers where we running by and we just putting dudes in the stance. Yes, but if this is not at this particular, not just this particular time, it's the playoffs. This is a man's game. This is not, I apologize for pushing you down. Here, let me help you up. No, get your ass up. This is not Wemby getting pushed in the back and, my fault for pushing him. No, this is part of the game. Just like it's part of the game when Shea gets roughed up. It's part of the game when Hartenstein gets roughed up. When you're doing the dirty work stuff, that's part of your job to rough people up. You're going to get roughed up. When that happens, we can't just complain about the one guy doing it. Because let's be clear about one thing. San Antonio is also roughing guys up too. Let's be clear about that.
Can we just agree, though, it's not the same?
It is the same.
Yeah, I disagree with, but I think it's like even yesterday, the OKC Thunder flopped at least 5 times also to try to get these foul calls. And so like that one, for instance, with Harrison Barnes and Isaiah Joe, where Barnes is standing still, and Isaiah Joe flailed himself into the ground, and they gave him the call. Again, no challenges left, and they scored on the next play. No challenges remaining. So I can't even get in and integrate myself into the game and say he clearly flopped. So what I'm trying to figure out is the referees are seeing this happen. You saw him do it, but then nobody wants to call this flop foul because now then they're the bad guy. So that's the issue. Is we're watching this happen, and then Jay Will did it, and then he fell to the ground. They gave up a layup. So and then it's the same time with Isaiah Hartenstein. Like I said, they challenged the first flop and they won. They didn't get Jay Will to flop. They scored. And this flop, I'm just I don't understand it. I don't understand the methodology behind the officiating and why you allow certain things to happen. That they can play this physical on the interior, but on the other end, you give them touch fouls on flops when they do that when they're accentuating on purpose. But, it is what it is. That's part of playing OKC.
Literally anybody at home can do me one favor. Go watch any quarter of yesterday's game and watch Shea the whole time and count how many fouls you would call in a normal situation on them. They are holding him off the ball. They are grabbing him, pulling him. Okay. They sometimes fouling him 3, 4, 5 times. They're hitting him on drives. He is not a super strong dude. No. And this is not Shaquille O'Neal. He's not going to be able to go through that contact. This is not Nikola Jokic. We've always seen it. Guards get officiated differently. And Shea is being officiated like he's a 7-footer right now.
No, he's not. Not even close. It's not even the same. That's when I actually speak, because that's actually impossible for you to defend Shea the same way you're defending Wemby, especially off the ball. Guards get top locked. That happens all the time. The Wolves do it to everybody. They do it to everyone. You top lock guard. That's physical. You're going to wrap. You're going to do that stuff. But the saying that you're going to defend a 7'4" player the same way you defend a 6'5" player is literally impossible. There's no way to do it.
You said you have a hearing problem?
You said they're defending. No, I actually do have a hearing problem.
No, I know that.
A significant hearing problem, matter of fact.
Okay, yes, I'm aware.
People with disabilities in the chat. What I'm saying is,
making fun of blind people like 20 minutes ago?
In this instance, you just said that they're defending him like he's a 7-footer. I'm saying no, they literally are not, because you're not allowed to defend guards that same way. Not at all. Not at all.
You shouldn't be able to guard. You shouldn't be able to guard. Defend guards that way, because as big guys in the paint, like it's a lot more physical in the paint as opposed to on the wings. Those guys aren't the same way. It's not the same way. If we're talking about big guys around the basket, I got to push you away from the basket. If we're talking about big guys away from we're talking about big guys underneath the basket, I got to slip blockouts in order to get to the rebound. I got to block you out, which means that I got to use more force to block you out. I got to use more force to get rebounds. I got to use more force to block shots. If you're on the wing and you're passing the basketball, if you're on the wing and you're throwing a post entry, I'm not guarding you like I would guard Wemby in the post. I'm not guarding you like I would guard Giannis in the post. No, I'm not doing that. That's not the way that works.
But do you think that Wemby's getting the contact that Wemby's getting is more debilitating to what he's doing than it is for Shea?
No, it's not. They're holding his arm. He is a 7'4" guy. Should they be calling a foul on Isaiah Hartenstein? Yes. Chet stepped on his foot. You said ankle for whatever reason. I don't know why you're praying right now, but you know, I appreciate the salute. He's like, this is like bowing down to the altar of Pensar basketball. That's cool.
To your point, to your point, Swiper. We've seen Wemby get rough, right? We've seen Wemby get rough and hold and push. I mean, did I not see him against Minnesota? He literally smacked Rudy.
But they're both getting fouled, Chill. Like they're both getting fouled.
It's detrimental to both players.
Literally smacked him in the face and got an and one. Literally,
it's detrimental to both players.
Look, as much as I love 90s basketball, right? I love it. It's great. It's great for the game to see this type of physicality. I do draw the line a little bit at stars. Because if Wemby or Shea get injured because you're yanking on their arm, you know, in the case of Isaiah Hartenstein with Wemby, or if Shea just, you know, he just takes a wrong hit the wrong way to his rib or something like that, because they're hitting him pretty hard. This series is going to be a lot less watchable. I really don't want to see this series being decided by Cason Wallace and AJ Mitchell in a game 7. You know, so there's a reason why historically the league has gone out of their way to say, okay, we're going to let you get away with a little bit, but don't get away with a little too much when it comes to our stars. We got to protect these guys as the money makers, right, Joe? That's like how we protect
we don't want
you.
the game to your point.
That's why we protect you up here, right? Because you're the money maker. We got to play with slightly different rules with you.
Not really. When it comes to this guy, he's pulling, grabbing, pushing on Chill all the time, you know.
And on top of that,
unlike like 8 words today. What?
I didn't say today. I didn't say today.
I disagreed with Chill today for like the last 30 minutes, and I haven't said anything.
Right, but what
about yesterday?
First
day before that.
First and foremost,
I haven't talked that much, but it's fine.
First and foremost, Wemby and I are completely different. I don't need to be protected. Like, if you want to come after me,
you kind of do, Chill.
I really don't. No, I do not. I 100% can protect. I can defend myself. Yes, I can. I'm not Apollo Creed up here. No, I'm not. No, no, I'm not. I am not Apollo Creed. If I get in the ring and I'm getting roughed up, yes, I can slip jabs. Yes, I can.
Hey, but Chill and Penn, along those lines, because Penn, you just brought up the 90s. Chill, you said it's not like it's the 80s, you know, physicality and stuff like that. But but Drago, who is a Hall of Famer, disagrees. In this super chat, Drago said this is the most physical the NBA has ever been. This is the hardest the players have ever played. The effort and physicality is unbelievable.
Well, first of all, you can't substantiate this is the hardest that they've ever played. Number one, you don't know how hard guys are playing today. You don't know how hard guys are. How do you know exactly how hard a guy is playing?
Oh, you haven't heard of the new analytics sweat drop?
What the hell? How do you know that?
You don't know that?
How do you know how hard I'm playing?
Per pour, we did the math, Joe. This is absolutely the hardest players I've ever played.
What the hell? How do you
put that back up, please, Ron?
Sweat drop per possession.
Right. You
Per
don't know how great.
Well, some people just don't sweat that much. That doesn't mean
And it starts does not sweat, apparently.
And then some people, they start sweating profusely, like right from the beginning.
Some people just sweat from walking up the stairs.
Ron, did you lose it?
Yeah, it's gone. But he basically
said a second part too.
Stairs, Mars?
It's the only way I'm going to go and get myself in shape. Going downstairs to the kitchen, going back up, eating my food. Best chance I got.
Those stairs be a headache. Huh?
Right, but the super chat said this is the most physical the NBA has ever been. This is the hardest the players have ever played. The effort and physicality is unbelievable. One more time, Swiper. This is the most physical the NBA has ever been. This is the hardest the players have ever played. How can you substantiate that? How?
I think that this is the most difficult it's ever been to cover and defend.
I think it's the
because
most
of this stuff.
demanding. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's the most physically demanding it's ever been. But we've already gone through this for years, Chill.
We
Like, we're not
expanded
going to
the
come to
court,
a
Chill.
consensus on this. I think some of this is just like, if you just watch the level of athletes that are on the floor and how much they're having to move. I mean, it's just like, it's unbelievable. Like, just even think of staying in front of Dylan Harper. Like, he made his ability to contour, like, it's the amount of athletes on the floor. I mean, even bigs like Isaiah Hartenstein, they're uber athletes compared to what we used to have in the 90s. It's just the movement is so much different.
I'm
So,
not arguing that part.
yeah.
That part, that
But playing
part,
harder, I don't know.
I feel like there's a lot more space to cover, right? I feel like the offenses are a lot more advanced today. Just not a lot more. I'm going to rephrase that. A little bit more advanced today than they were, right? And with that being said, because it's not like that, Swiper. Not like the triangle. When the triangle showed up,
it's pretty chill. Let me ask you this, because this is to be fair to you, Chill.
What offense are the Detroit Pistons running? That's
No, I'm not doing that. That's a long segment. We can do that in members only chat. We can literally do film in a members only chat. Chill. Let me ask you this directly. Do you think is it worse today for your team to have a bad defender on your roster and on the floor than it's ever been to you?
Yes, because it's a lot more difficult to protect that guy than it was years ago. Sure.
I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair thing. I think that's what's changed, Joe. I'll say that might be the biggest thing that's changed.
And a lot of that is largely due to the amount of space that guys have to operate, and the fact that they can crack the long ball the way that they do, and the offensive output that these guys have. Yes, it's very difficult to protect there's guys like Shandon Anderson who used to play for the Jazz. Like, we can't protect him today. In terms of him being a non-jump shooter, like even with Asor Thompson being a non-jump shooter, he's so much of an athlete that he does so many other things that you don't have to worry about protecting him. Like, on offense, we can't hide him, but on defense, it's not that big of a deal at all. At all, it's not that big of a deal. So to answer your question, Swiper, yes, it is a lot more difficult to protect the guy today than it was 25, 30 years ago.
All right, we're going to change pages and jump into Gregory Kirkland super chat. Gregory said, the Devin Booker fans came out of the woodworks the other day. This Donovan Mitchell versus Devin Booker debate will last forever. For me personally, I got Mitch. I'm about to run a poll, but you guys talk to me up here. Who you guys got? D Book or D Mitch?
I've always had Donovan Mitchell over Devin Booker, and it's always been a close between those two. Aesthetically, it just looks better for when it comes to Devin Booker. With Donovan Mitchell, a lot of that stuff, it looks difficult. Like, if you watch him get buckets, a lot of that stuff, it doesn't look smooth. With Devin Booker, his jump shot, the way he gets off the ground, the way he creates space, it looks a lot smoother. So I think there's people who would lean more toward that side. But I feel like they're both, early on when we were talking about them, they both were streaky shooters. I think Donovan Mitchell was a better distributor early on. I think he was a better playmaker early on. I think Devin Booker improved at that as time went on, and I think that he did close the gap between those two. I think on the defensive end, I think Donovan Mitchell was better, but I do think that it was close. And as a bucket getter, especially when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, I thought Donovan Mitchell was better. I think he was a better pull-up three-point shooter. I think it's a close race between those two guys, but I've always thought it was Donovan Mitchell. I never thought he cleared Devin Booker. I always thought that those two were like this.
Devin Booker's a weird case, Mars, because he's like profiled as his like elite shooter scorer, but he really has only had like a few runs here and there doing that. Like, he's never been able to do it consistently. And Mitchell has been a better pull-up shooter for some years now. So Booker's
Do you think
interesting.
that's overblown, Swiper? I think that's the sentiment around him as well. Do you think that's been a little overblown in his career? Because his game, I agree. Like, Chill made a great point where his game is like it's a super sexy game. It's aesthetically pleasing. The form is incredible. Everything feels mechanically amazing. What do you reckon that is? Do you think that it's overblown?
I feel like Mars has watched more Booker than almost all of us. But I watched a lot of Book too, but I don't know. Like, his technique alone, it looks like he should never miss. He has one of the prettiest jumpers I've ever seen.
Mars, of the 82 games that the Phoenix Suns have played this year, can I say 60% is a fair number that you've watched?
Well, you can pencil me in for the 32 Jalen Green played.
Okay, so
So
that's a minimum
yeah.
of third. That's a third.
Those are guaranteed I watched. And then
Okay.
outside of that, I'd say I watched the majority of the others because I wanted to know how Jalen Green was going to fit in. So yeah, they played 86 plus. They played 88 games this year. I watched at least 60. I'd have to say I watched
Of
at
the
least
88
60.
games. That's
a lot of
what's that
games.
about? That's about 80. That's
a
almost
lot of
80,
Suns
right?
games.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
80.
I'd say I watched at
80%.
least 60.
Ben, what's of the non-Raptors team? What team do you think you watched the most this year? What's your
Spurs.
favorite watch? The Spurs, yeah.
By far.
Good watch, right?
I watched all but about 12 games that the Spurs played this year. And the only times that I didn't watch them is usually when the Raptors were playing. So yeah, the Spurs have been my team in the West.
I watched a lot of Trailblazer games this year. I watched a lot of New Orleans games that I would not. I watched a lot of New Orleans games that I don't like to admit.
Yeah.
I watched more New Orleans games than I'd like to admit.
I think they have one of the top
feels
5
like-
broadcasting.
I will
units.
say I also found myself watching more New Orleans games than I
Yeah, they
feel like
they're
I
quite
probably should have.
intriguing.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
was about.
Jeremiah
They just happened to
Fears.
be on during. I mean, I was also curious.
Sometimes they're the latest games. That's why.
Yeah, the Suns. The benefit of the Suns is like because the Lakers and them, they're always the late night game.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the only team on, and it's like between them and the Blazers, and I just watch both of them. But I have like the Suns as like my main focus. So part of it is that. But yeah, I've watched a lot more Pelicans. True, actually, that reminds me. I have watched more Pelicans games than I probably should have this year.
Here's an awesome idea for next year, for next season. Can we have a spreadsheet where we all have access to, where we can just write down which games we watch, like in full?
I am definitely not involving myself in that.
I'm not about to keep. Yeah, I'm not. I don't need my analytics.
I know what that's going to turn
Ken's
into.
trying to operationalize the.
That's not going to be a good thing.
Cause I'm gonna be honest. I look at that spreadsheet and I'm start having a debate, and I see that spreadsheet. You watch 2 games. I'm about to say shut up. Like, I'm not about to listen.
But that would
Mars
that
gets
sounds
power.
You only watch 2
Mars
games.
already gets the power.
I'm not gonna lie. The moment you start talking to me, check the spreadsheet. 6 games. Oh, okay. Just shut up.
I'm good on
That's
you.
the whole point. You would be able
No,
to
I'm
hold
good.
people accountable, and they wouldn't be able to lie,
Nah.
right?
No,
So,
I think
so
that's a
you know,
terrible idea.
you'd be having a debate.
There-
about the show
I
in the
think it's a
morning.
good idea. I think we're
hold
going to
on.
start
No, wait.
tracking
Okay.
minutes per, not just games, minutes per game.
But watch this. Okay,
Oh,
we did that in college football when we first put the digital system in, where they could track how many hours you watch film on. I can tell you right now, there's nothing good that comes out of tracking people when it comes to watching. Nothing.
Oh,
It did
isn't that
nothing good.
your
After.
weirdo political theory shit.
No, that's just that's micromanaging. And when you micromanage people, you don't.
You're
get the results
managing
that you-
yourself, chill.
So
watching games also shouldn't feel
Watching the
like
game
oh,
doesn't mean
Hold
that
on.
That's
you're gonna
exactly
get
what it
one
is,
of
Mars.
those
It's
First of
work
all-
now.
Yeah,
Now
watching
I gotta
games
watch this
watching
game.
games
Hold
shouldn't feel like homework.
Can I just say
No.
this?
That's
This is a
right.
self audit. This is not. You're not contractually obligated to watch games.
Shit.
I
I'm
could
audited.
literally.
Actually, we are contractually obligated.
You are
Yeah,
not.
do that pen already?
You could
No.
win
You
it.
are not.
No. No, we're not.
I don't know about your contract, but my
Do you do that
contract doesn't
already,
give
Pen,
shit
or-
about me having to watch games. I watch games because I want to watch games, and I'm just saying, if you had to self-report it, there's a little bit of a peer pressure group theory where if I don't know, you see Mars up there and he watched 32 games this week, and you see I don't know, Damien up there and he watched 30 games. You see me up there watch 30 games, and you see Swiper up there and he only watched 4 games. Maybe Swiper's like shit.
That sounds about right, though.
That
I
does
was-
sound about right.
but
That's
I
why
think
you need to
the-
step your game up.
That's about how many
I
games
think the
I've done
interesting
this
thing is if I do Locked On NBA multiple times like a night, so I don't think people realize how many games I'm actually watching every single day. So some of this is just like I just don't. To me, it's just not a tracking system worthwhile. I think
See, Swiper,
I
that's
speak
what I'm
enough.
talking about. That
Go ahead,
right
go
there,
ahead.
Literally, what you just said. Like,
Yeah.
how many games are you watching? So if you're watching that many games a
Yeah.
day, like, how
Yeah.
are you processing this stuff?
I mean, you just have to do it, but you got to remember how all this stuff I have access to. Like
Sure.
it's different. Like it's just there's different expectation for me because I have to do this professionally. But I don't think it's
I
like
watch most
Yeah.
games. Like I would watch
Yeah.
most games. They're on at like great times here as well.
yeah.
It's like I
I'm
can have
up
every
very.
Yeah,
I'm
must
up
be
very.
nice.
Yeah,
late most
you're
nights of the
fortunate,
week.
Damien.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but like if
like
there's
the first
8
game
games
starts late.
on in a night, I'm not
Yeah.
expecting anybody to watch 8 games in a day. That would be a
Yeah,
whole-
but thankfully,
That's the
League
thing.
Pass has the thing where you can watch the possessions then the next
Yep.
day or whatever.
The condensed
Yeah,
versions.
Yeah,
that-
all the
yeah,
possessions,
yeah.
yeah.
That's been my saving grace. That little
done that
40
before.
minute every
Before.
possession.
body language during
That's cool.
timeouts, Mars.
That's cool. Yeah, you guys are the body language analysts. I stay out of every conversation that strays away from on the court. Maybe it's because I only watched the possession, so I actually just don't know what you guys saw. Or it's because I don't care about that stuff. But yeah, I'm not tracking how many games I watch. I just know there's some teams I haven't watched.
Yes, you are.
I'm very open about it.
Like
When every time there was a Hawks segment to close the season, I was like, I ain't really watching the Hawks.
And like a lot of times when I'm doing like these late shows at like 1:30, 2 a.m., I do them by myself. So like you don't have any other choice but to watch the games individually and to like talk about them. So I think some of this is also just like, I just don't expect everyone to make that time and time commitment. Like that's just kind of crazy. And to be fair, other people have jobs too that they work. They're not only doing this. So, I just don't
all
think
right, y'all.
everybody else.
The real Xavier Moon said, "Hey Shay, that's how you hoop. Hartenstein's impact was huge. Chet needs early rhythm. Alex keeps saving people. Wemby will force people to develop floater/closer shots. Castle pulling a Harden? ? They need Fox."
That's a lot of thoughts for one super chat. I will say this: Isaiah Hartenstein's arc on that like little floater shit that he be doing, that shit is touching the shot clock just to get past Wemby. He's throwing it so high up. It's almost like I'm thinking like in preparation for this series, they re-engineered the arc on that floater just to get it over Wemby.
Very high, yeah.
Yeah,
Caruso's
I think
been
too.
great, though. We didn't speak about Caruso too much, but he's been.
No, but Caruso.
He's been phenomenal.
People told me he wasn't going to be able to.
He's been phenomenal.
He didn't. He didn't. He need to make 8 threes again. Didn't have 31 points again. Now he had 17 points. 14-point dropped off, by the way.
I could actually argue he's better in game 2 than game 1.
Yeah, he played great. Don't look up into the sky. You weren't right. Some of this is Chet Holmgren. Did you see that block that Wemby had from the baseline?
The one that they called a foul and they had to challenge?
Huh? No. It was a clean.
The one that he
no,
was
no.
tracking on the baseline,
okay.
and then he came
I mean,
back.
Oh,
that
no,
was
not that one. Yeah. No, they did have to challenge that one, but he blocked Chet on a 3. It might have been in the 4th. I can't remember what exactly it was. That was when we went on that little run, that little 3-minute run that he went on. I thought he played good yesterday. I didn't think he handled the up kicking physicality as well as he will in the next game.
All right, Mr. Stuff is Cool became a YouTube member. Shout out to Mr. Stuff is Cool. We got another YouTube member by the name of Jamon Yu. Shout out, Jamon. Appreciate you for joining up. And SGA Sports Talk. Trying to figure out what the SGA stands for because you got all San Francisco teams in your profile picture. But shout out to SGA Sports Talk and L49ers. POA defense.
Stay at the members chat.
All right, Dame. See you in a second.
Chat, yo.
All right, bro.
POA Defense FC said, as a Saints fan who saw what happened versus the Rams in 2018, I will never feel bad about what people say regarding refs or calls. SJ was amazing, though. Elite game to game processor.
Yeah, that third quarter was special.
Alex Caruso
quarter was special.
18 bosses minus yesterday. Crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Alex Caruso.
What
Casey was 21.
was his both plus minus in game 1?
It was a little bit higher.
And I think Caruso and Shea yesterday, I think they were like a plus 49 on the floor together. I don't know what they ended up with, but that's been the best 2 players by far. I don't want to disrespect everybody else in game 1, but for sure Caruso and then Shea was just
Caruso has been the Thunder's best player in this series.
Yeah, so far. More to come.
So far, he's going to maintain.
His box minus in game 1 was 21.2. So in this series, he has 19.7 boxes minus across 2 games, 82.5% true shooting percentage. Alex Caruso is playing perfect basketball. He's playing all-time Hall of Fame legend defender, and Boxes Minus doesn't even care about defense very much. If we're being honest, it doesn't accurately reflect how good you've been defensively. I will be shocked to see better analytics on this. On a per minute basis, Alex Caruso has been like the best player in this series across 2 games.
I'm trying to play him more. He played 25 minutes last night. I'm playing Alex Caruso 35 minutes.
They ain't play anyone.
But
Everyone yesterday.
Is it fair to say though he's kind of like a hockey player, Ron, where he plays so hard that like you don't want to like burn him out.
That's fair.
And because hockey players yesterday, Malcolm Kadri in the second period yesterday, he went so hard for 2.5 minutes that he actually got an opportunity on a breakaway for the Golden Knights, which is the Las Vegas team. Las Vegas almost got like a free breakaway because Kadri just had no legs left, because that's why hockey only can play 90 seconds to 120 seconds at most. And I think with Caruso, it's just like, bro, like he's playing so hard, like I just can't keep him out there for super long every single game.
It's kind of like Manu Ginobili.
Yeah,
I think it's like well documented from like the Spurs that like they didn't play Manu a whole as much as he should have. Like Manu Ginobili was a 36, 37 minute a game guy, but they said for 28, 30 minutes a game, you need his reckless abandon, just doing everything. He can't give you that same energy for 37 minutes. It's just not humanly possible for anyone to do it. So they just scaled back his minutes so you could get full Manu unleashed for the time he's out there. I think Caruso's kind of like that, and obviously not as good, but I think.
Bro, did you see the stop he got in transition yesterday again?
Mm-hmm.
You said he was the best transition defender for a guard ever. Did you say that?
I may have said that. I don't know.
I don't want to put it on you if you said that.
Sounds like something I may have said. I don't know.
He's one of them. He's definitely one of them for sure. He definitely one.
I watched Shea mess up another 2-on-1 fast break.
No, that was Vassell.
Cool. I watched
Brother, where are we putting Vassell next year, Mars? Where are we putting him? Like on
the trade block.
With this defense he's been playing in this playoffs, especially
on the trading.
Oh,
block.
what, like among two guards?
Is he a 2? I know he really plays the 3, but like he's
he plays the 3 now, but I'd say that's more just. But yeah, he's a 2s and 3s are like the same thing nowadays.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still call him a 2 because in my mind he's a 2.
Is he closer to the top 10? You think, like just in terms of overall value?
Probably.
Yeah, he's for sure better than Christian Brown. Like I think that's like not even a question for me.
Sky blue, grass green. Yeah.
Like if Andrew Nembhard's here, do you think Vassell's like a below where Nembhard is, or do you think he's a similar output?
When I did the list, because I did a list like a year ago, I had Vassell just outside the top 10.
Okay.
Now if I were to redo it, probably have Vassell right outside the top 10
for shooting guards.
Yeah, like he's probably in that 12 to 14 range. Probably.
Is he better than Casey Wallace?
He's a better offensive player for sure. Like by a lot.
Like who would you rather have on your team?
They do different things.
I know, but Casey's how old is Casey?
Casey's like 22. Yeah, it depends on what roster I have. If I'm being honest, I'd probably rather have Devin Vassell.
Yeah,
probably.
But even Shay's picking on him or trying to pick on him, and I mean picking on him as in the better defensive option of the group. He's picking on Devin, but Devin, bro, like it's not like giving up room. So like, and he's contesting without fouling a lot as well. Like that's one of the biggest things he's done well in this series.
Finally using his length to his advantage. Nice to see.
Man, just think about it, Pim. When we had Florida State back in the day, when they had Scotty and then Vassell. I think Vassell was like, I don't know how much older he is than Scotty, but
they weren't on the same team.
Yeah, they had
he was there with Patrick Williams. I think.
Mm-hmm. And then before that, they had Malik Beasley. They went on a run, man. Like Florida State went on a run where they had some really good players coming out the program.
Leonard Hamilton.
Was he there with Patrick Williams, or did I just make that up?
I can't remember.
He was there with somebody. I think it was Patrick Williams. He was there for sure with somebody else.
Because I remember when Devin Vassell got drafted, I swore he was coming in to be like an all defensive guy, and then he got given offensive responsibility on a.
Florida State had a couple players that got drafted off of that team.
I can Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann, yeah, he was there.
Yep, Terrence Mann. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, what happened to that program? They used to be putting out athletes like in wings. Where does Sadiq Bey go? He went to
Villanova.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Devin Vassell was on that team with Patrick Williams.
All right, the next super chat I got is $10 from Young Boy Goated. Young Boy Goated threw a couple shots. He said the Cavs have 0 chance. Chill can cry all he wants. All his boys are either trash or injured. Knicks winning this year and the dynasty starts. All the haters gonna cry. The ball dude and the teabagger. 2.
I think we found
Yeah.
out who Chill threw down them stairs.
Wait a minute. I picked the Knicks. Why am I'm on the Knicks side.
I assumed I was the teabagger because British stereotypes, but
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
it's
I
an
don't know.
inside joke from the week that you were load managing, started by our L host.
I don't
I
know
mean,
this.
look, you guys are both teabaggers, so I'll just put it that way. Gabe Rush sent through $10 and said, no Harper, no Fox, and every time the Spurs got close, something went wrong. If you were OKC, are you really that confident going forward, knowing that they are still that close to a 2-0 series?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have their guards. It's over.
I think most teams are confident in the playoff series no matter what. At the end of the day, how you feel doesn't change the outcome. It's 1-1, whether they feel confident about it or not.
I mean, I disagree, but it doesn't have to be a whole thing. Confidence absolutely matters. Belief absolutely matters.
I agree. I just think most teams at this stage in the playoffs are confident no matter what. If a team is down 0-2, I don't think they would have no confidence. I think they'd still be confident.
You don't think like a team could beat you so bad? Because I mean, I watched the Toronto Raptors run into LeBron.
I think in order
year
to
after
get to
year,
this
and
level,
they did not look like they had any belief at all that they could beat that guy.
I think in order to get to this level, the amount of irrational confidence you need to have in yourself is unmeasurable, immeasurable. And I think these guys, for the most part, there's probably some mentally, I don't know if fragile is the right word, but there's probably some people who probably need more of that belief injected into them. But for the most part, you get this far in the playoffs. You've done it before if you're OKC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they were down 0-2, I still don't think they're not confident. This is a team that beat them 4 times in regular season. I still think they were confident going into the series. It's just, it's kind of, I think, what comes with it.
I think both teams, in this specific case, both teams think they are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm not sure if that's always the case, because I'm sure I can think about certain series where like you're going up against like the 0-1 Lakers, where I'm pretty sure like deep down you thought you had a chance, but you knew they were the better team. I've heard players on podcasts say like they were the better team. We knew they were the better team, but we were trying to sneak one. So yeah, but in this case, no, there's a lot of irrational confidence on both sides. But that doesn't mean that your opinion can't change mid-series. Because if you're Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and you're comfortable getting shots off, and then suddenly you can't get shots off, and every single shot you thought you could hit suddenly it's getting blocked and contested, you might start thinking a little.
He's not getting open looks. I will say that they're not giving him room to shoot no matter what. So I mean, that's gonna, he can overcome that. He's obviously good enough to do it, but that's gonna be a huge hurdle. And Ron, you know this too. I will say, you just brought up that confidence thing, Penn. Being a number one option on the team, bro, like when you're the best player, there is a level of emotional fortitude you got to have at all times, and like it's heavy. It's not heavy like it comes naturally, but to do it at this level, like when you're talking about the NBA and like we're having to like win a title, I mean, but that's why Shai and Wemby are what they are, though. Like they just, you can just dump so much responsibility on their shoulders, and it's just like.
Do you like Eileen Gu? Do you like her? I think she's dope. She dropped the bar the other day. She said, "I practice like I never won before, and I play like I never lost before." I was like, dope.
Yeah, that's fire. I like that.
That's a bar.
All right, Bob Solo sent through $9.99 and said, that dude said Hunt Brunson, ? Laughing my ass off. Brunson 1v1 won't work. They trap early and pick up late when players in stride. I have timestamps to prove Brunson defense. Cavs can win. Knicks need 3 more. Go New York, go.
Cavs can win. Facts. Cavs in 6.
Yeah, facts.
You think Cavs get it tonight?
I don't know when they're going to win their 4 games. I just know they're going to come. It might be after they go down 2-0. It might be they go up 3-1. Then it's 3-2. Then they win in 6. It's going to be Cavs in 6 no matter how it goes. So if they lose tonight, they're just going to win 4 straight.
What's the last time a team went up 0-2 and lost, Mars? Remember? Bucks, Raptors?
Suns in the finals in 21.
Didn't the Pistons just do it?
The Pistons were just
they just did that, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This year.
Nice.
Jeez, I forgot about that. Didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Cavs just done it. Exactly. Even more proof they're gonna win in 6.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think I got the
Experience
Cavs tonight. I think I do.
Because
It might be a sweep, Ron. It could be a sweep. If it goes bad tonight, it could be a sweep.
that's what you guys said about the Pistons.
You got to feel like the New York Knicks got their wake up call, right? Like for me, when the Knicks went away from Josh Hart, the entire game changed, right? And they figured that out. And I don't know if the Cleveland Cavaliers can sustain that level of spacing with Landry Shamet. And Karl-Anthony Towns was on an absolute bullshit in that game. He was playing like a man who has never played basketball before in his life. So if he just plays normal and stops letting, I don't know what he had this thing going on. It's like a gimmick where every time he grabs the ball, he takes 8 seconds to process where he is and what planet he's on. If he doesn't do that today, maybe it's nerves, maybe it's something, I don't know. But if he doesn't do that today, I think the Knicks could win this easy.
It's something about some of them. There's something about them nerd coaches, though, bro. When they fold, they fold.
Coaches?
Yeah, like coaches that are really analytically driven, which is not every coach. Not every coach is like that.
Who's a nerd coach?
Well, I think Kenny
Atkinson,
Atkinson
I guess.
absolutely like stayed with his numbers in this last game, and that cost him dearly. I thought he choked his life away in that game.
He said James Harden's one of our better defenders. I don't think he's a nerd. I think he's
I think that has been true in this playoff run. I didn't disagree with that, but when you said I'm keeping all my 4 timeouts because of the probability we're going to need them later and all that kind of stuff, I just think he lost control of the game yesterday. I think or 2 days ago. I think he lost control of the game. There are multiple opportunities.
Who's bigger nerd, Joe Mazzulla or Kenny Atkinson?
Joe's lost, and Joe has definitely lost multiple series doing that, and he lost last year versus the Knicks doing that same thing where he didn't get away from his numbers and analytics. Which again, everybody has their do's and don'ts, and they have their positives and negatives. But we've now seen multiple times where Mazzulla got in that position, and he has absolutely not changed what he's done, and it's cost him dearly in multiple.
I think y'all got a nerd coach in Denver too.
And you are 100% right. That's when Jaden McDaniel said what he said. He's like, oh, well, where do we rank in defense in the first 2 games of the NBA playoffs? It's like, oh, what do you say? You're 8th or 6th. You're 6 out of 8 out of 60. Oh, cool. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, he's a nice guy. And they didn't need a nice guy. They needed a little bit of dude that's respectfully a little bit of a dick. And he's just, not that little bit. Because, Jokic is very, hey, show him, do your great job or whatever.
All right, Gabe Rush 9981 became a YouTube member. Shout out to Gabe Rush. Appreciate you for joining up, and I appreciate you for sending through that super chat. We got another super chat from OVO Hussein. OVO sent through a super chat and said, as an OKC fan, the league needs to fix how OKC is allowed to play defense. It's unfair and dirty at times. But also the timeline makes it seem like that's why the Spurs lost, when it was more so the turnovers and offensive rebounds from OKC.
Yeah, man. Every coach, I think Brian Windhorst talked about this morning. Every team that plays OKC says the same thing. So, it's just a part of it.
All right, Abby3964 became a YouTube member. Shout out to Abby. I don't know which tier you joined up, Abby, but if you're an all-star, would love for you to pull up to the members-only stream tonight so you could cook chill. SMNRNDM said Messi is cool, but he is only the 2nd greatest of all time. The GOAT is, who's this, Mars?
Zinedine Zidane.
There you go. Is that guy, and it's not close. Football Geppetto right there. Right there. How he got everyone on that pitch on strings. That's why he the GOAT. The GOAT.
I mean, respectfully, it's Alex Del Piero, but whatever. We'll let it slide.
That's a bad opinion, but this isn't a football show, so it's fine.
Zidane or Del Piero or both?
I mean, but
respectfully, yeah.
But it's not a show, so that's fine.
I need to do way better watching men's hockey. I primarily watch women's. I've not liked men's in some time now.
This is not hockey. This is soccer.
Sorry, soccer. I apologize.
Yeah, you're not missing it. Yeah, you're not missing it.
I mean, but I would want to watch more, like especially with the World Cup and stuff coming around. Like I just don't care. USA's never been good, like my entire life. So it just kind of drained my energy, like early on in life. And then Ronaldinho was like my peak of my fandom. But I was a player fan at that point.
Shout out Ronaldinho. Chris Stoganus said, complaining about this soft fouls. I wish Dwight Howard was still playing. He throws them elbows all the time, and the players that play him complain of chest and abdomen acne or ache. Chest and abdomen ache from elbow playing against him.
Abdomen acne better become part of this lexicon of PC sports fandom. Abdomen acne. Okay.
You guys wish Dwight Howard was playing?
No, I'm good.
I'd be interested to see Dwight in today's game.
Like peak Dwight or Thailand Dwight?
Peak Dwight, not current Dwight. I'll be interested to see peak Dwight in today's game.
Smiley 2323 said Crickets game 1 when Wemby was steamrolling and holding like a offensive lineman. Shea gets mauled too, but when OKC wins, it's the refs. When the Spurs win, it's Wemby's never seen before. Pure ridicule. It's the playoffs.
Again, if you're an OKC fan, that's what you feel. So there's no going around that. You're not going to convince an OKC fan of different. So however you feel, it's how you feel.
I mean, as it pertains to OKC versus San Antonio, I'm more of a Spurs fan. I think a lot of Canadian people are really weirded out by that. And I get a whole bunch of people being like, are you really rooting for the Spurs here? I thought you loved Shea. Yeah, the Spurs are my second team. But even I can see that the Spurs are hacking the shit out of SGA. I'm surprised you can't see it.
I just said it's a different level of physicality. That's what I said. And one of it is more debilitating than the other.
I think honestly, as egregious as some of the stuff that they've done to Wemby is, I think they've hacked Shea more.
All right, definitely not Leroy sent through $9.99 and said, afternoon, fellas. Had this thought yesterday. What team has the most underrated all-time starting five and the most overrated? I had Cleveland at underrated, but I couldn't think for overrated. Who has the most overrated starting five all time? We would have to create them and then
Yeah, god damn. I don't even know. I mean, the only ones that ever get rated are like the same five, like the Lakers, the Celtics, the Warriors,
Bulls.
Overrated starting five on all the teams.
OKC's gets rated. I would say maybe OKC's would be overrated just for the sheer fact that people put James Harden on him, and it's like he wasn't James Harden yet. But that's just nitpicking. Because nowadays I don't think he would be on it. It would probably be Shea, Russ, Paul George, Kevin Durant, Chet.
Are we doing GOATs? Then Nick Collison.
I mean, Serge Ibaka exists, but okay.
Is Chet not better than such?
Yeah, Chet's
Yes.
better. Chet's better than Serge, and Serge is better than Nick Collison.
Yeah. That's my Nick Collison. Utah's overrated. I mean, what was Utah's?
John
Stockton,
don't ask me. John Stockton, Duran probably, AK-47, Karl Malone, Greg Olszewski, Rudy Gobert.
It's gonna be Rudy at the 5, obviously Malone at the 4.
Donovan Mitchell not at the 2?
Yeah, I was gonna say it would probably
Is
be
he better
Donovan
than
Mitchell or Deron Williams. So that would be the conversation. I mean, I've got Deron Williams in Utah above Donovan Mitchell in Utah, personally.
I think the Raptors starting 5 is sneaky underrated.
Lowry, Vince, Kawhi,
Scotty.
Chris Bosh,
Scotty
Chris
Chris
Bosh,
Bosh.
Scotty Barnes.
Chris Bosh.
and then who's the 5? Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol.
Bosh can play the 5.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. So Bosh at the 5, Barnes at the 4, Kawhi, Vince, Kyle Lowry. So DeMar DeRozan being disrespectful.
Honestly, fuck Bosh. Give me Pascal at the 5. There we go. Pascal Siakam at the 5.
That's not. I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's not bad.
What about the Knicks? Would that one be overrated?
Walt Frazier,
The Knicks is 100% overrated.
Walt Frazier, but not.
Bernard
Is
King,
Brunson on it
Patrick-
already? Is Brunson on it already?
If you want to push Frazier to the 2, or if Brunson's just going to be a
put
small 2.
Brunson at the 1, Walt Frazier at the 2.
Melo
It depends on what you want to
Melo-
define as
Melo,
Knicks.
Melo at the
Well,
3.
Allen Houston, I think, had a longer run there, but it literally depends on what you whatever.
Hey,
So Melo,
And then
you know
gotta
what?
run
So-
Ewing and this Reed at the 4-5.
So this offseason, we're going to do the 30 teams in 30 days, where we're going to spend an episode dedicated to each team, franchise, all of that good stuff. We're going to build all-time starting fives for each of these teams. So that's going to be interesting. And then from there, we'll do like a playoff or something like that, where we'll have them all play against each other, and we'll see who wins it. Well, I mean, we
Orlando have an
evidently know
underrated
who's going to.
I would say Orlando's is underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know
Orlando's
if
is
it's-
tough.
I don't know if we're technically set up to do this, but could we build those teams in 2K and then play them on the stream? What?
Well, unfortunately, guys
I
like
just-
Charles Barkley aren't on 2K because they don't give up their rights. And Reggie Miller, I think. is
Create
one.
Charles
MJ
Barkley.
either.
You know how easy that
Yeah,
is?
but then we
MJ 's
create Charles Barkley, and it's unfair because now we're creating his attributes. So
Pin, you could do that, and we could do it like in the members only streams. But I just want you to know, I'm not taking no part in building these rosters, simulating these games, and doing all of that. But I will be interested to know who wins in the simulation and all of that.
I mean, I can guarantee Charlotte will be getting the number 1 pick.
If we ran a tournament all auto, Mars, I'd be willing to bet the Magic all time team beats everybody. On
Magic all time.
because
That's
Dwight
fact.
Howard and Shaquille O'Neal,
Fact,
that
Dwight.
thing is. Bro,
Tracy, Penny.
Yep.
Who else?
Grant Hill,
Grant Hill?
Horse, yeah, or whatever else.
I
it
mean,
is.
Grant Hill ain't do nothing for them, but
I'm saying like just whatever the
Hey man,
three
for
would
those
be.
7 games.
I mean,
Bro,
yeah,
that-
I mean,
Yeah, so-
whoever you have at that in that on the wing.
Hedo
I
Turco.
mean-
Bro,
Give me
I played
Dennis
with them
Scott.
before, like for attorney. Bro, they got every offensive rebound, dog. Every single one. I didn't lose.
Wait,
Y'all still play 2K?
It's only
Yeah, y'all
sometimes.
still play
Yeah.
2K?
Yeah, time to time.
I've been
What's-
playing
what's good,
NHL,
football
lately,
breakdown?
football. What's up, football?
Chilling. How y'all doing?
Man, we
I'm
living,
alright.
bro.
Cool, cool.
why do you
Coming
sound
to
like,
members
why do
only
you- why do you
tonight?
sound like a trained PA system?
I'll try to probably.
He's at work.
It's at
Oh, okay,
yeah.
got you.
it's at 8 p.m.
We've
Central.
learned a lot about football only. Before sorry, football breakdown on members only. Before I met him, I was like, you know what, I wonder what's up with football, But then on the other side of this, after I talked to football and we've seen his game a little bit, I was like, okay, he's actually a normal human being. I didn't know if he was like, whatever.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say
then-
normal human being.
I know he's
But-
very intelligent. He's a very well-read person. He is who somebody in the chat wants to be. Okay, I'll say it that much. He'll say
I
somebody
want
in
to
the chat
read.
wants to
I
be.
want to read. I need. There's still much to learn. Swipe us.
Yeah, he's a reader,
Facts,
Pat. He's a
facts.
reader.
I wouldn't call myself a reader. I've read some stuff.
Are you going to join my book club this summer?
Maybe. What books are you trying to
We're
read?
just doing the first 3 of Dune. That's it. It's just for get ready for
Oh,
the movie.
Dune. I don't. I'm cool on Dune. I hate the movies. So I'll probably not read
What?
them.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
never mind.
too. Me too. The movies is
I
I
think.
You haven't
I
seen the link of either one of them.
No, I have. It's the first one.
I'm talking about
is-
the other person. This one.
the movie's so
Uh,
mid.
You talking to me?
No, the first movie.
Well, we know
is-
you ain't watch it.
I know this is basketball, but the first movie is just like he abuses like the long, like drawn out shots and the music. It's just kind of, and nothing really happens in the first.
That's why. That's okay. Never mind.
Whatever.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get to the next super chat from Ginger BM. Ginger BM said, if you watch the full clip of Chet stepping on Wemby's foot, he tells Wemby to move because he's in his space. He's legally allowed, and Wemby just waves him off, so Chet steps on it. LOL.
It's one of those things I would miss if I was just watching all the possessions on League Pass.
There you go. See, there's a whole other side to these basketball games you don't be seeing with your little possession mapping.
All right, I got another $10 super chat from a guy named NY Kareem 2001. One of my favorite people in the chat, man. NY Kareem always keeps it real. NY Kareem says, shout out to Penn. He's keeping it non-biased, unlike a certain phony up here. Shea was getting roughed up all night, just like Wemby, which is normal for the playoffs. Shout
By
out
the
to
way,
the pony up
he
here.
called this triplet right here, Pin. Us 3. He said we're all frauds. Meme, you, and Mars. By the way, like right before you got on the stream.
Me?
Yes, you too. You, me, and Mars. He said, we're the same. We're all the same.
Uno, dos, tres.
And he said, Ron Oxen, somebody else are the
three
actual
blind
photos.
mice right
There
here.
you go.
Three blind mice. Three blind mice. Y'all know how
Didn't the
the
three
song
blind
go.
mice get it done?
I'm not saying they don't get it done. I just said
you
they're
would
three
know
blind.
that if you read a fucking book.
You know what? The two blind mice and the one naked mole rat.
What you calling me a mole rat for?
All right. I talk, you listen.
That's
Said
a
Ron.
bar.
I talk, you listen. Said Ron. Please show the iHeart and Castle play on stream. iHeart's hand got caught in Castle's rubber band in his hair. He didn't grab Castle's hair like Swiper is saying.
So he didn't pull back. So when we watch this, we're going to say he didn't pull back at all when this happened, and then run up the floor, lunge himself up the floor. Okay, we'll see that.
Castle needs to cut that hair anyway. It looks ridiculous. He
That
has
is
it
crazy.
just-
Football, I expect better from you. That is crazy.
No,
He does
he
not-
Bold man hating, man.
He needs to cut his hair. You know, he
Like he needs to
has the
cut it
hair-
or cut it all off, like clean.
No, he needs to cut. No, not all. He just needs to trim it
Okay.
because he has that hair. It's a tactic to make the flop more exaggerated. It's, the flop reaction. It's a tactic.
I didn't even think about all of that. You might be onto something now.
You know what I'm saying?
What? Hey, watch Shay grow dreads next.
Hey, Sam
No.
West. First off, I thought we was cool. Number two, if you want to get that nonsense on screen, you just pay a super chat. That's the only way Mars is going to read that. By the way,
Mars reads the chat.
I know, but talk about it. It's going to have to be a super chat.
Oh,
so.
he wants me to ask football if he's saying R9 is worse than Eto. Because
It depends on what you want. Eto is tactically more versatile. R9's the far.
I
it's
want
not
the better
farthest.
player. Who do I want? If I want the better player, who do I take?
I'm taking Eto. He offers more especially in the modern game.
That's like one of the worst takes in the history.
It's not though. It's not when
It's,
they're. On the
I
field
mean,
the
I wouldn't expect you to think it is, but like,
of course, no. I'm heavily biased. Like you, who Nash is to you,
yeah,
Eto
we
is
know,
to me.
yeah.
So and Eto has played for the same clubs, and guess who contributed, scored, and won all those trophies? Saying.
I'm trying to
Acting
get
like
the equivalent of that.
Just saying. They also shared the same field multiple times into the club level, and guess who outperformed who multiple times? But you don't want to talk about that
I
though.
don't even know what the basketball equivalent of that take is, but salute to you, man.
No, well, he won everything. Eto won everything at the club level multiple times. So,
Mhm.
saying. Yeah,
Hey, I ain't seen Vel. By the way, Vel, he ain't sent a super chat since PC weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Tell R9 to put his UCL on the table.
How many
He
super
can't, he
chats?
doesn't have
How many?
one.
How many super chats have you sent, Swiper?
I sent a lot, actually.
To this
I
channel?
saw Swiper in the comments the other day after the Shea stinker. That was a rare sight.
Because of what?
Yeah.
No, I was coming onto the show,
Yeah.
Mars. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
but that
happened.
was a rare sight. Because I read the comments and I just see a Swiper kind of comment talking about vindicated or something. He said something to that. effect.
No.
Okay.
That's what it was. It was somebody coming at me for something that's not
Caught
true.
your ass. No.
Yeah,
Don't try to
Hey,
weasel your
Ron,
way
you
out
know
of
what else
this
we
one.
got you? You know where else we got you on the side of a milk carton? Next super chat. Read it. Put it up.
Okay. Good one. This episode rating sent through $10 and said, this episode's rating is 5 out of 7. It's okay. Swipe a MVP.
5 out
Oh,
of 7.
7.
Who ranks
Why
things out of 7?
5 out
A
of 7.
sociopath, bro. Like what is this?
Yeah, 7 is a new one, but I ain't mad at it. Be unique.
5 out of
Never
7.
seen
Yeah.
Never seen
This
that.
episode rating, are you going to rate every episode? I would love to, see who's the MVP in your opinion, and we can, run a poll and debate it.
You
The
know, hey,
comments
guess
be
what?
saying
Everybody
real
in the
talk,
chat
the
that's
MVP this
always
year.
on me about this Shea thing. I gave Shea a lot of credit to start the show off, actually. I didn't even start on the fouls. We talked about Shea to get it going. We just disagree on Shea. That's it. That's all it is. It's still all love. It is what it is. We just disagree. That's perfectly fine. I'm not on the same thing with it. Like I said, Charles Barkley better than Karl Malone. A lot of y'all didn't like that. She'll hates that, matter of fact. I think Mars doesn't like that either. But, it is what it
What
is.
don't I like?
I think Charles Barkley's better than Malone at the prime.
He doesn't even refer to him by name. He calls him 32. I'm pretty sure. He has
It depends. It depends on how I feel based on the sentence. I don't dislike it. I don't agree, but I don't disagree.
Similar tier, right?
Yeah, it is what it is.
I would much rather have one. I would say that personally.
They're both worse than Kevin Garnett. That's all I care about.
Yep.
All right. The next super chat that we got in. By the way, thank you, Andrew Johnson, for letting us know that 5 out of 7 is 71%.
Did you ask that?
It's ironic that Andrew is sent through this comment because he sent through his $10 super chat and said, if you guys had a choice and got into grad school, would y'all go for applied statistics or quant finance?
Well, I thought that was going to say quantum physics, and so I'll just Euro that into my own. I would love to take quantum physics class. Much rather.
Quant finance is more, if you're trying to get your money up. I don't think statistics is going to.
I took an economics class thinking it was going to help my financial understanding. It didn't do anything, actually. It was the exact opposite. It meant nothing to me.
Economics is more macro, I believe. Finance is more the actual numbers. And yeah, quant. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. So I don't know. Do you want to make more money? Do quant finance. Unless you're going to become an actuary, then you can do statistics. So,
Ron, what would you study?
What he said. You said.
Did you have a favorite math, Ron? Like, actually, like, did you like statistics or geometry or trigonometry or algebra or any of that stuff?
I rocked with accounting. I actually was about to go back to school and get a degree in accounting. I started like doing some classes and stuff like that. But then I was like, I'm not trying to like being a bookkeeper is one thing, but being like an actual accountant, like that's a whole different thing. So once I kind of realized how demanding that would be, I kind of was like,
but you're actually good with numbers though, for your business.
Allegedly.
I mean, you don't need to be that advanced to run to like. I mean, what's the highest math course you took ever?
I don't know. One of them college courses. I don't know. I'm not terrible at math, but I'm also like not a math wizard either.
Yeah.
My worst class of all time. I took a 400 level dummy football, 400 level political science class my freshman year, thinking I was ready for it. Got a D-. Like I just
in poli sci.
No, because it was what the course was requiring me to do. I wasn't ready for the the workload at that point, and so I had
a lot of reading.
Well, a hell of a lot of reading on top of the other stuff, on top of football. I had to readjust to.
I got you.
School's tough for an athlete.
Yeah.
Like tough. Like you really school is damn near harder than the actual sport. Like in the sport is demanding.
Yeah.
Like you spend hours people don't understand. You spend hours in the weight room or training, and you spend hours practicing, and then you got other things that you do in between, like individual workouts and stuff like that. But then, and that essentially comes first, and then you have to go to study hall afterwards and try to like wrap your mind around everything after that, and then you still have your classes throughout the day. Like that shit is ridiculous.
Think about if you and I. If we would have had access to social media for real, like we had it, but if this era, we had social media when we were playing, like to this level, bro, I mean, I couldn't imagine how distracted I would have been, especially when I was like 18 and 19 years old.
It would have been tough, but also too, I could imagine how much easier it would be if we had Chat GPT and Claude as well. Like,
would you? I'm so glad, though, Ron, that I missed that.
Would I use
that
it?
window? No, bro.
Shit. Hey.
Yeah, Dream or Water.
I'm taking a screenshot of it, sending it straight to ChatGPT. Do all this shit.
Yeah, we do. We do get pick classes first. We get our books first and all that stuff too. But it's still an adjustment.
Artificial intelligence is going to ruin a lot of people's minds.
Not for real.
On a very, very big level. The conversation around AI is very misguided. People talk about the environment. People talk about how it's bad for you, whatever. The reason that it's really bad for you, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the big ones is it is like within its marketing, it is designed to agree or to be agreeable, right? And it's also designed to give you the average. So basically, if you are worried about losing your job to ChatGPT, get very specialized in something. Become like a master of your field. Content creation, whatever you think.
You think AI can ever replace us, man?
No.
Artificial intelligence is just going to get better and better and better. Like it, maybe not on the same pace that it was getting better like 5 years ago, but I'm a pretty big investor in Nvidia, and I've seen this industry up close and kind of seen the advancements in it and stuff. And I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's phenomenal how much better it is than the average person right now. If I take an average person who is just a college graduate and I say go write an essay on political science, it is going to, like, I'm pretty sure ChatGPT would beat it right now.
ChatGPT
It would make it would write a faster article.
Yep.
It would write a faster article, and with the right prompt, it would write a better article very easily.
We can disagree. I disagree, but
Better
better is subjective when it comes to
I have right now. I have the Chat GPT.
Well, the average person is an idiot, so
yeah, exactly. That's not hard.
Right.
Even advanced people too, though, because you got to understand how well-rounded ChatGPT is. Like, you might be good at you might have these attributes that you're good at. ChatGPT is damn near good at everything, and it can pull from everything.
Can I give you unprompted?
That's not a good thing, Rod.
Unsolicited advice. If you want to use AI, and I'm not suggesting you don't use AI, by the way, I'm not going to become one of those Nazis who's going to come up here and be like, oh, don't use it. It's bad for the environment. No, do whatever the hell you got to do. And I know you're probably going to use it anyway, even if I tell you not to. But if you do use it, don't use it like your boss or your coworker. Use it like a secretary.
Okay.
Give it those instructions, right? Make sure like you are offloading menial tasks to it, not critical thinking tasks, not give me an opinion. The second thing is you need to ask for critical feedback. You need to like, don't let it be a yes man to you. Don't let it go down the rabbit hole of like, you know what I mean? Like there's people out there who've had like 100-hour conversations with ChatGPT and AI and Claude and shit. Like, you need to ask for critical feedback. So when you write out something like an email, right? You're like, oh, is this email good? It's going to tell you, of course it's good. And it's going to make like one minor tweak. Ask, why is this email bad? Why is this email bad? You know,
don't use Grok either. Cause like there's so many layers to this. Like they are still accounting for so much information that ChatGPT isn't even like 100% correct on a lot of the stuff that it says. But again, it's just because like it's still not fully acclimated to the prompt. But by the time we get to 2030, who knows? Like who knows where things will be by that point. I mean,
I'm not worried about it.
The process could be damn near perfected.
Ron, I need.
All right, fellas. I got to dive back into these super chats. Drink More Water said, Damian said something earlier in the show about the Spurs' lack of bench depth or lack of bench production versus OKC's. Shouldn't the reigning sixth man of the year get some criticism for that? Too many one-trick ponies on the Spurs bench.
Minus 18 yesterday, I think.
For Keldon?
I think it was for at least.
Who had Keldon Johnson as their sixth man of the year?
Who did?
Yeah, who had Keldon as their sixth man of the year?
Who'd you have?
Nah, I had Jaime.
Not Keldon. I don't think Keldon was better than Dylan Harper, and I said that when he won it.
No, Dylan Harper was better.
I said I don't think he was better than Luke Cornett. I said I think he was the third best Spurs bench player. So yeah, he wasn't winning it for me. So
with that being said, with that super chat,
of the award,
well, even with that super chat and with what Damian was saying earlier, they're literally missing their, like, if that's the case, Mars, they're missing their best bench player. So it's like
now,
so it's like you got to understand, like Dylan Harper would be coming off the bench, and I think if Dylan Harper's coming off the bench, I think both benches are pretty much even. Like, yeah, OKC might be a little deeper. They might be a little deeper, but if I'm bringing Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornett, and Carter Bryant or Harrison Barnes, I think that their bench is just as good as OKC.
I got OKC's bench pretty easily, even with their all healthy.
I think you could see the difference in just in terms of the minute distribution yesterday. Shea was the only OKC player to play more than 30 minutes. I think that's a testament to the depth that OKC can get to. Now, we understand De'Aaron's not there and Harper went down, but which Harper would have been another one above 30 minutes, by the way. The Spurs had Castle, Vassell, Wemby, and Champagny all above 35 minutes. Like, they just don't have as many people they can go to consistently. Because once the bench starts thinning out, you are going to Jordan McLaughlin now because of the injuries.
Right.
Carter Bryant, I think, has been fine. I'm not hating on him, but 10 minutes. Luke Cornett's been borderline unplayable in the series.
CB was bad yesterday. For real. CB was bad yesterday. He was good in game one.
I don't think he had a good game yesterday, but it is what it is. Harrison Barnes is getting 12 minutes, and then Keldon and Dylan Harper are getting about 25 on average. Dylan Harper left because of the injury, but 25 on average. Like,
is there an update on him?
OKC just have way more options. Isaiah Joe, I'm pretty sure, would be playing 15, 16, 17 minutes coming off the bench for San Antonio.
Yeah.
He was a DMP in game 1. Like, it's just kind of a different thing.
I will, and by the way, Penn, people having this industry definitely something to tap into, man. If you're looking for some freedom in like making your work, this one they were in content, making content, and
I mean,
using your skills and all that stuff.
They're kind of making it that way by purpose or on purpose or not. But
If you, I mean, there's this video of like some girl versus history or something like that, and they're like, it's entirely AI generated.
Oh yeah, I've seen her
seen
page.
it? She goes back to the Titanic, bro. It took me 2 whole minutes to realize this was not a real person. I'm usually pretty good discerning about this, but I was just like, wait a second, how are they doing this? And then it took me like a minute and a half. I'm like, something feels wrong. It is crazy how
she does history videos where she goes through all different time periods. I was like,
she's not a real person.
Yeah. Well, it's the person making it is
right.
whatever. Yeah.
And I also want to give a shout out to Keith Hillary. You're fucking weirdo. You are a weirdo, Keith Hillary. You dumbass.
What's that about? What happened?
Yeah,
we don't need to hear. We don't need to hear it.
Yeah,
we got more members. Dream Team Eli became a YouTube member. Shout out to Dream Team Eli. And Pimp named Slickback also joined as a member. Salute to them and salute to everybody that is a member. Once again, we have our members only stream tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We'd love to see all the members there. And if you're an all-star, we'd love to see you pull up, meet you, greet you, and have you cook whoever you want to cook on the panel. Benjamin Griffin said, Swiper or Pin, did you see the new horror movie Obsession? Masterpiece of a performance by Nikki.
Going this weekend. Can't wait. I tried to buy it and watch it at the house, but couldn't.
You're a horror buff?
Huh? No. I especially demonic stuff. I hate demonic horror stuff, but I definitely. Obsession just looks like the right kind of horror because it's a new kind of story. It's a new kind of, it's like Big. You make a wish. But then this one, instead of getting big, you wish for an obsessed woman in your life. And then it becomes exactly that to the worst degree. So I love stuff like that. Love it.
Eric Espinoza said, to my Spurs people that said we don't need Foxy, fuck out of here with that. He's clearly missed and pivotal for the Spurs to try and advance in the playoffs.
They're 1-1. What are we doing here? They were damn near tied in the third quarter, and they lost Dylan Harper. Like the same people. Like I don't understand people who do this. Like every single time they get a loss, they're like, "Oh yeah, see, told you." No, there is a legitimate advantage that the OKC Thunder have with De'Aaron Fox on the floor. When Jordan McLaughlin came on the board, I don't even think Jordan played bad. Jordan played fine. It's what Shea is able to do when you have a 6'1", 6'2" guard on the court. Like he can see over him, right? With Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, Steph Castle, Carter Bryant, you talking about big. Those are big wings. All have like 7-foot wingspans, basically. That's arms, bro. Shea is seeing arms everywhere, and he's processing the game super slow right now. But the minute you put De'Aaron Fox on there, I mean, he's not small, but he's not those guys. So I would be worried about that personally.
Yeah, I think that they're much better with De'Aaron Fox, and I think they'll be up 2-0 if De'Aaron Fox played last night.
Is Harper out next game?
We don't know. We haven't got the update yet.
No updates.
It was a non-contact injury, right?
Well, I mean, he fell on a layup. It was like he made contact.
No. The injury was before.
Well, it looked like he grabbed it after
he grabbed it on a layup. Then he went back and got a rebound, and then he checked in the head, and then was.
Yeah, he might be cooked.
It didn't look ideal, but who knows?
And if he's out,
it might be something that's been bothering him because he missed an unusual number of layups yesterday. Which is to say, he missed a layup. He missed one layup. Like so like the fact that he missed that layup, and it was pretty wide open too.
That was Caruso rim protection right there. I know which layup you're talking about. Caruso was his presence put him off.
Alex Caruso basically just 6'5" Wemby. Y'all just sleeping.
I mean, shit, yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
I'd have thought to Caruso. What's a Wemby?
Wemby's a 7'4" Caruso. Get it right.
No. He doesn't get to have Caruso's name that closely associated.
You're right.
Nims gassed up said, "Do you guys think Shea was good on defense last night? He's an underrated rim protecting guard, in my opinion. Kaysen reminds me of Avery Bradley."
Good pull.
I think Shea made some huge plays at the rim yesterday.
Yeah.
Kaysen doesn't remind me of Avery Bradley, but
you don't think they're similar? No, well, that's another conversation.
I mean, they're both 6'2". They're both great pesky point of attack. I think Kaysen's better though.
Yeah. I don't think Kaysen fouls as much when he just be. Kaysen was amazing. Kaysen and Caruso, man.
Kaysen's ridiculous, man.
Bro, he made so many key. Like when they went up 3, when they got within 3, Kaysen made like 3 plays in a row that just I was like, wow.
I'm like, if Kaysen is legitimately, if he becomes like I would say a third. I don't know what he shot from 3 this year, but if he was like 38 or above and did it consistently, and also could make pull up threes too. If he could get in that realm, like I'm just talking about coming off a screen, just a basic one dribble. I'm not talking about ISO and boom, boom, boom. I'm talking about if he's able to come off a screen and dribble into a pull up 3, like Kaysen legitimately be one of the better guards in the league.
I mean, he shot 42% as a rookie, 36% last year, and then 35% this year from 3. But the volume is going up.
Yeah, he's a great role player.
Kaysen Wallace, nice, man.
Great role player.
Shout out Kaysen. Goon King Forever said next month is Male Mental Health Awareness Month. Swiper, for the love of God, get rid of that damn Twitter. The agendas you're pushing can't be good for your health.
Thunder fan. Thunder fan.
I don't even know.
Why do you say Thunder fan like a slur?
No, if you disagree with me because of yesterday, it's because you're a Thunder fan. That's what I'm saying. Like I was, that's what it was. It was about the officiating and all that, I imagine.
Why is it just a mental
very
health
interesting.
month for men? It's weird.
Because men's mental health has rarely been discussed or talked about.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man up and deal with it, man.
Facts.
So,
Chicago 1288 said we only lost because of the refs allowing OKC to flop and foul at will.
And there's a Spurs fan, and I disagree with the Spurs fan. See? Look at that. One of us is consistent.
Didn't the Spurs get like 29 free throws to 10 in the game?
Yo, Swiper, my whole life is consistent.
Yeah, 'cause you are consistently, emotional in who you are. But I think that's fine, though. Everybody has their thing. I'm emotional as well. I'm consistently who I am. So, for sure.
All right. La Nigga in Drag has something to say. La Nigga in Drag said Swiper's only invested in this because it's a big man thing. And we know that this is related to Tubbs in Denver.
Shouts. Yep. I've been saying the same thing about how big is their defender for years now. So, yeah, it's going to be consistent for me. And I also like Wemby as well. So both of those things are true. But just imagine when Dylan Harper takes the MVP lead, how insufferable I will be.
MVP.
So I guess KD was right, huh? Anyone but an American. All right.
Is Dylan Harper not American?
Filipino.
He's Filipino.
Cooked you.
Devin Vassell is, though. And Mars was a casual about Devin Vassell.
This is crazy because before you was on this panel, I was vehemently arguing with guys like Ron that Vassell was the best player on the Spurs when Keldon Johnson was averaging 20. But you've tried to manufacture a narrative.
Manufacture?
That's another take you stolen? You've been stealing takes all year.
He's tried to manufacture a narrative.
I've never heard you big up Devin Vassell.
Yeah, but like I said before, when the Spurs sucked and they were winning 20 games, I was passionately arguing why Devin Vassell was the best player on the Spurs. And I was actively saying guys like Ron, I can't remember who else was saying Keldon was the best player on the team, weren't watching them and they were just looking at Keldon's 22 points and saying he was the best player on the team. That's documented. Go back and watch the episode.
Mars wants credit for that, but not credit for being the Jokic guy. And then I get
I don't care about
Mars.
I don't
Mars
care about
abandoned the Jokic train and left me on an island.
I didn't abandon anything. My thoughts on Jokic.
I try to send you a boat to that.
No,
island
I don't
multiple
want to
times
boat
and
to
you did
your
not-
island, brother. I don't want to go to that island.
Also,
Okay?
just,
No,
just to
that's-
let
Stand
just
that
to
out.
let
Islands,
like,
you know,
just to let you know,
Italian.
Devin Vassell is Jamaican, so you really not beating the allegations.
Scott, but I called Scotty a
Damn,
superstar out of the
damn,
draft.
damn.
I called Scotty a superstar out of the draft. Know it.
Another
No.
Jamaican. Another
That's
Jamaican.
another Jamaican.
And another
Swipe,
take
what
that
do
you
think
stole
is
from
up?
somebody
Another
up
one,
here.
Kate. Hey,
Swipe
wait.
Scotty,
Matter
another
of fact,
Jamaican, bro.
Matter of fact, go to my Twitter right now since y'all love my Twitter, Marge, especially you. Go to Cade Cunningham
Yo, kid.
2022. I
Turn.
said Cade Cunningham will be a superstar back then. So now go back to that.
You told us the number one pick will be good.
No, I'm so sick of you. I'm so sick of Mars. No, bro.
Crazy
I did this
takeover.
before it was popular. Mars is such a fraud.
Oh,
Because
brother.
if I said
Are
that,
you that guy,
about old boy
Swiper?
Zachary Ricochet, you'd be like, what? That's exactly what you would do.
Swipe. Are
That's-
you
that's
that
a
dude
ridiculously nonsensical take.
who? Are you a gatekeeper? Are you a serial gatekeeper?
No, I'm not a gatekeeper at all. I don't want people like Mars trying to defund my
Like
guys.
Mars. What does that mean?
My
What do you
guys.
mean by
My
like
guys.
Mars?
Like Mars.
Sounds.
Yeah, like Mars trying to say
I get what he's saying. I get
number
exactly
one overall
what
pick.
pick.
Of course you saw it coming. Yeah, you know what? I was right.
Congratulations.
All right, y'all. Goon King Forever said, knowing how hard another man is, don't
Whoa.
sound crazy to y'all.
But you said Paolo was better than Cade on Twitter.
I don't know what we're talking about. with
Okay,
that,
okay.
bro.
Yeah,
let's,
what?
I'll look.
I'm gonna look
Knowing how hard that about Jordan and the no draws and jeans thing.
That's a crazy
I don't know.
statement.
He said, but back when Chill started watching hoops, they were playing with pyramids in background. Yo, what? Goon King Forever. Really?
Yeah,
This is what you want to spend $5 on?
Yeah, that's a crazy. That's the worst
That
Oh,
2 days ago
man.
was still a
$5
bad-
spent I've ever seen.
It's still a crazy Jordan day, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Yeah, Jordan was in his bag with that. Shout out Stone Cold Steve Austin. Jay Got Game said, you see, I stayed out of that whole conversation. That was ridiculous. Jay Got Game said, I'm not gonna lie. If Hartenstein was allowed to hold and grab Wemby like that, he should play all 48 minutes in the game. That was criminal.
It was.
Young Boy Goated said both of these teams getting packed up in 5 by the Knicks. I don't know why we wasting our time. They all playing for second place and Chill gonna cry.
The same Knicks that was down by 22 to a mid-cast team, a soft cat. That Knicks team. Okay. People are gonna figure out the East.
It's actually a different Knicks team because when Josh Hart plays, that team can lose to the Cavs. When Josh Hart doesn't play, Knicks in 2. So
All right, y'all. I'm running a poll right now. I'm asking who's winning game 2 tonight. The Knicks or the Cavs? You guys, let me know how you guys feel in chat. Game 2 in New York. Who takes the cake? I talk you listen. 1441 sent through $20 and said Swiper. SGA is better than Jokic. Stop trying to jump on the Wemby train so you can say a player you like is better than SGA. Please don't let Swiper fool you guys. It's a lot of SGA was great, but
I still think Jokic is better. I still think Wemby is better. So that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change anything. Not one thing. It doesn't change anything. Goodness gracious.
Melo Williams said, if I see Shea fall to the floor every time he gonna miss shots, or Wemby literally having to grab boards with one arm with iHeart holding the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
are people
Shea
really
was
this bothered
grifting.
by Shea going to the floor? Does that really bother people?
Yes. I don't know where this hate's coming from.
I never even
Bro,
noticed
both-
it until I saw the compilation on Twitter.
What? Yeah, he definitely does it for several reasons.
Yeah,
One,
I know.
injury,
The only one that
foul
looked
shoot.
funny was when he shot that pull-up 3 and then ended up at the free throw line.
falling forward.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. But every other time, I didn't even notice it happened that many times until I saw the compilation. So I don't know. Maybe I don't pay as
Like,
much attention.
Yeah,
to
Devin
it.
Vassell and Cass were doing a great job on closeouts and not fouling.
Both players are getting grabbed, so I don't know why people are like acting like there's favoritism. Like it's playoffs.
All right, Jamon Yu said Tim Duncan had 5 games with 21, 17, 6, and 4 in the 2003 playoffs alone. It's only been done 3 times total since. 2012, Paul Gasol. 2023, Jason Tatum, and Wemby last night.
Nice.
Shout out Wemby, man. Hey, Wemby been on that glass ever since Chill said, what do you say about the rebounding? He said somebody was a better rebounder or whatever he was saying. Wemby been on that glass these playoffs.
I said it before the series started. I think Wemby might be the best defensive rebounder in the league.
Right there. He been going crazy on these boards with in the playoffs.
But Hartenstein did get about 20 of them in the fourth, so
Yeah.
Wemby needs to
5 off rebounds is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, I want to shout out Can We Change Subject for the 20 Players Choice memberships, and shout out to Cheese for his 20 Players Choice memberships. If you got one of them memberships, once again, thank these guys. And even if you didn't, thank these dudes for their contributions to the community. And also, if you're not a member, join up. Jay got game 1, said a Pistons fan giving the Cavs energy for a spirit bomb, but this isn't Dragon Ball Z. Knicks at 5.
Talking about Manny.
Swipe and do this and say destructo disc.
That's a destructo disc, brother. It's not the same
No,
thing.
do this. Do this and say destructo disc.
No.
Just do it.
I'm not
Just do
growing.
it. One time.
No.
Right.
If you could have said Piccolo, that would have been cooler.
You're not Piccolo, though. Ox is Piccolo. Tiki DeCoon said, Ron, why is Swiper trying to act like he on our bandwagon? Go stay in Cancun with his own club. Our bandwagon closed 4 years ago.
I picked the Knicks before you were even a Knicks fan, brother. Hush up.
All right, the next super chat is from Buttered Biscuits. Buttered Biscuits said, Knicks got the best team doctors in the league. That's why we healthy this year. OKC and San Antonio probably should have invested more. Oh, well, go New York, go.
I can't wait till the Knicks lose. I cannot wait till they get exposed. Because this is
By
nasty
who?
work.
The 2 best teams in the league?
Yeah.
Nice.
Football, who is your team?
LeBron.
Who's your team?
Wherever LeBron plays.
Okay.
Mm.
Might as well
No,
be a Taylor Swift fan. Goodness gracious. So
That-
football,
'cause that-
they come to
'cause that
Denver. If
correlates.
LeBron comes to Denver next year, now what?
It's LeBron's team.
Then LeBron the best player on that team.
Yeah.
He's the best player, best passer, best scorer, highest IQ guy, someone who actually plays defense.
Best athlete.
Here go
I know.
football.
I know
Lies,
you're talking
lies,
about
and more
LeBron's
lies.
defense in year 24. Ivica Zubac does not get enough love as the best defensive rebounder in the NBA. Just throwing that out there.
Oh,
LeBron
yeah,
plays
that's a good
defense. He's a pretty good defender.
I'm not talking
Playoffs.
about as a defender. He is a good defender. I'm talking just specifically defensive rebounding. So Zubac
Football breakdown
versus-
say trying to get flown out by LeBron, by the way.
Who said that?
You just said
I
that.
think Zoo is a good name. I think that's a good name.
Zubac,
So I got something. for you.
Wembanyama, Jokic, basically Euros.
Karl Anthony Towns.
These Euros like to rebound, man.
Kai is a really good defensive rebounder.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Tiki
Kerr.
DeCoon sent through another $5 and said, not everyone built like OG Anunoby, unfortunately. Just our year. Stars aligning, and we gonna make the league pay for hating all these years.
Brother, you know if Jalen Brunson wins the title, Becca is about to get the worst attention of her life, bro, and it's not going to be deserved at all.
I'm here for
At
it.
all.
Everybody got to get cooked at some
All she's
point.
got to do is say Kat's the best player on the team. So then she's still
Exactly.
What
Exactly.
she got to do? Oh, look, Brunson 1 is a number 2. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Never said he couldn't do that. Easy peasy.
Young boy goated said injuries are a part of the game. Should have conditioned better. Don't want to hear nothing when my Knicks holding that parade next month.
The only thing they holding is a Macy Days parade. That's all they're going to be
Pride
holding.
Month in New York. Nice.
Macy Day parade. That's all.
Knicks and Arsenal
That's
winning
next
in
month,
the
right?
same
Pride
year,
in June.
bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be a parade in New York.
Worst.
Swerve Lord said, how about Caruso these first 2 games?
Best OKC Thunder, according to Mars, if he says it.
Best player in the
Hey,
series.
Gordon's,
Best player in the series. Best player in the series.
Second best player in the series, but yeah.
Best player in the series.
Second, but yeah. Close enough.
Hey, what was the movie we saw around back in the day with the Macy Day parade with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad?
You watched that movie?
Oh, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Yep, that's exactly what it would be like in New York.
That's fire. Nims gassed up said, "Thank you, Chill, for showing Case and Wallace some love. This dude got the best hands in the league and just throws teams off rhythm. Dub panel."
He does have really good hands.
Yep.
Okay, sounds a dog.
Zigsaw Puzzle said, "Do you think Ade Mara is jumping the draft class to combat Wemby in the future?"
Jumping the draft class? I don't understand the question.
Do
What does
they
that mean?
think Ademar will get drafted higher than expected because we have Wemby?
Because of Wemby? Adai is awesome. Like, he's just a really good player, and he measured amazingly well. He measured 7'3" barefoot with a 9'9" standing reach.
That is
some
insane.
Wemby shit right there.
Where is he from?
insane.
He's
Michigan.
He
Spanish.
played at Michigan. He played at Michigan.
Like,
Yeah.
well, like, what's his
He's from
He's
somewhere in Europe.
Spanish.
Spain, apparently.
Yeah.
Spanish? That's what's up.
7'3", dog.
Barefoot. So
Yeah, he's
and he's
Yeah.
a mountain of a man, and like he's pretty mobile for that size. Like, there's a lot of 7-footers out there that are kind of like clunky, I would say. He's not clunky. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a switch big. That'd be a good matchup for Wemby, I think. He's generally speaking, like, I think in line as a prospect with guys like Zach Edey, Donovan Clingan, guys like that. So I'd be surprised if he goes past top 10. Whereas earlier in the draft cycle, he was slated to go 14, 15, but he measured.
Ron, me and you are almost the same height. Do you wish you were taller?
Do I wish I was taller?
Ron, don't let him get away with that.
I think every
We're almost the same height, dog.
you gotta
We already did
euro
back
some
to back.
things.
We already did back to back. We're almost the same height, literally, bro. Literally.
Just
Well,
Swiper,
almost,
just like
almost
years ago, you just missed a tackle, just like years ago. I just stepped aside and I just let you go.
Who's stronger?
Who's stronger? What do you think?
Swiper.
Who's a better athlete? With a
Just
better
because
resume?
he posts his videos in his booty shorts on social media, that
Booty
does not
shorts?
mean
I've
he
seen
that
those
does not
videos.
mean he works out more than me. That does not mean he's stronger than me. That does not none of that matters. None of it.
Ron, I will get it. You have great endurance, just like your forefathers before you.
Swiper. I
That's
used
a
to run
crazy.
a
No,
4.4 in my sleep.
That's a crazy thing that Swiper just said. That's just wild.
Another missed tackle.
I'm gonna see
stepped
him
aside.
I'm gonna see my dog in the Boston Marathon one day, man. Shout out to you, bro.
You don't got the body type for a marathon.
He does have the body. Ron, when you see him in real life,
right.
is
No,
scrawny.
I'm too.
Bro, he is scrawny,
built.
dog. Scrawny, bro. You need to start running.
He puts the Ron in scrawny.
No, he really is very petite. He's a very petite person.
You spell
Yeah, but he can take his hat
Tiki
off.
the
though.
Coon said, "Stars clearly aligning for the Knicks. I can't see any of these teams hanging with us right now. Chill. We're gonna be on your ASS all summer, hater."
you watch right.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Silence from the bottom row. Youngboy Golden said, "Leon the best GM because he signed Iron Men like Brunson and McHale. Can't build your team with glass and be surprised. Soft ass players, real men win."
You guys are building karma. I'm telling y'all, Knicks fans, watch out. Watch out.
Shout out Youngboy Golden, man. He been on one today. He just sent through a bunch of super chats, and clearly he's standing on business about his Knicks. My man, Football Breakdown is right. You better hope y'all win tonight. Dub Ball Out Highlights said, "Manny, the way they talk about the Cavs, I would have thought the Knicks are playing a 10th seed. We get it. We get y'all like the Knicks. We get y'all like the Knicks, but sheesh."
The Caps are a really good team.
They're cool.
Really good.
Yeah, they're a really good
Cool.
team.
They're all right.
I think what swings it is the fact that Sam Merrill and Max Strus are two of the best role players in the NBA. Jared Allen as well.
I don't agree with that at all. But
Max Strus has been amazing these playoffs, bro. Amazing.
Yeah, I've been.
you
Max
can
Strus has been good.
you consider guard depth. Okay, like to me, the team that's winning is winning with guard depth, right? Name me 4 guards in the NBA, like a 4-guard rotation, that's on par in terms of sustained
equal value across the 4 players than James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Sam Merrill, Dennis Schroeder. Like that's good guard play. That's really good guard play.
Outside of OKC, right?
The Spurs.
I mean, outside the Spurs.
Outside of the Spurs, too.
De'Aaron
Right?
Fox, Castle, Harper, and Vassell.
What are we talking about?
So these are the teams. These are the teams in the finals. So like if you take it to the Knicks, they got a lot of guard play, right? If you take it to the OKC Thunder, they've got really good guard play. So the 4 teams in the conference finals right now have great guard play. The teams that are at home don't. Because when you go to the next option after Jamal Murray in Denver, that's not a great look. It's just not. There's a dip. So I think this entire playoffs is being defined by how good is your 4th best guard.
4th best guard is crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like yesterday, Jordan McLaughlin, you go down to that level, you're really struggling with guard play because if the refs are going to let you get away with murder, physicality wise, like you really do need good guard play to beat that. You need to protect the ball. You need to get good turnovers. You need to create advantages. You need to extend advantages. You need to push pace. Guards are responsible for beating a zone, a press, like everything. So, yeah, I don't know.
Y'all talking about McLaughlin like Castle wasn't. You know what? Just continue.
Castle was horrible. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
We just got an update from Chris Haynes on Dylan Harper. Chris Haynes said San Antonio Spurs guard Dylan Harper right leg is out for the hell.
What?
No, I didn't get an update from last night. Hold up.
Just read the next super chat, Ron.
Yeah, it's about that time, y'all. That is crazy out of Twitter. But shout out to Chris Haynes.
No, that's crazy out of you. Don't be blaming Twitter because your notifications are backlogged.
Ron just don't proofread anything.
Shout out to Chris Haynes, man. Pimp named Slickback said, Swiper, I got bad news for you. Apparently, Clippers and Nets are high on MBJ, Wagler, and Mara. That means Acuff is headed to Sacktown.
My buddy, wherever I go, he go, my buddy. I'm gonna stick him out the window. I'm pulling up in Sacktown. Don't touch Acuff. Leave Acuff alone, bro.
What's that?
I don't want that. Pick? Yeah, 7th pick. I mean, just let him fall. Like,
why do you not want him to go to Sacramento?
Because they are 100%.
Because then all the Acuff will be vindicated.
Because they're going. He is going to be on the worst possible situation.
But he's going to have the ball all the time. So it's going to
that's what I was saying, Pit.
I don't want that.
He'll put up numbers his rookie year. It might be like a Dennis Smith situation.
So you want him to back up Darius Garland?
I want him to. Yeah, I would love that. I would love for you to learn to be in a comfortable, good situation.
Well, they have Russ in Sacramento.
No.
I think a player like Darius Acuff needs free reps. Okay, like free run. And a team that is willing to build around him, Sacramento will turn the franchise reins over to him and say, Here you go, Darius. Take the reins. Fuck Malik, fuck Zach, fuck DeMar, fuck them all. Right? That's what they're going to say.
There you go, Darius. Shoot all them dumbass shots you was shooting in Arkansas.
Exactly.
All right, Chef Boyard Dev sent through a members chat and said, Ox ain't letting the Fox thing go today. I'm on his side a little, but Jordan right. His ass is always hurt when the money is on the line.
Is he?
I don't think that's even true.
How many times has
he's been to the playoffs twice and he got hurt both times, to be fair.
I mean, maybe he's just a little bit frail. It's not like he hasn't had injury issues throughout his career.
He'll be all right, though. Like, he missed 2 games. The series is tied 1-1. Series is most likely gonna go 7. Like, if he plays even if he misses next game, if he plays the last 4 games, like, he missed 3, but he'll be back. Wooly Bobcat sent through a members chat and said, just wonder if running both Wemby and Cornette at the same time might be a move for the Spurs if they are going to live with the Thunder shooting.
Why would you do that?
No, that's a terrible idea.
Just play Wemby all 48.
That's
I mean, what's
even
the
worse.
what? I guess the theory here is like hedging or
do it.
protecting against offensive rebounds, like to double
Tell
up the
Wemby to get
size.
rebounds. I just said he might be the best defensive rebounder in the league. Go get a rebound.
Here's a
That's my point.
controversial take. I don't think Victor Wembanyama is a center.
Okay. What is he then?
I think he's a wing or a forward who's playing center right now because he's 7'5". So if you
Okay.
run him at the 4, if you can think about
Mhm.
it that way and put an actual 5 next to him, you can expand advantages a lot.
So basically, he's Chet Holmgren.
He's a lot better than Chet Holmgren. But yeah, like I don't think that there's nothing this like, why do you have to play him at the 5? Because he's 7'5", and it just like breaks your brain that a guy who's 7'5" won't play the 5. Like, he doesn't have to be a 5. He don't want to be the 5. He don't like playing 5.
He should be the 5.
He thinks he's a wing. He pulling up from the logo. Like, the dude is a forward trapped in a 7'5" body.
I mean, I do think you could play a big next to him, but I still don't know if I would play him
Dude,
and Luke Cornett
Cornett.
together. though.
I'm telling you right now, if I am their coach, I am trying out 2 bigs next to him and just fucking everything up.
2 bigs.
Oh yeah, like I'm trying some stuff, man. I'm gonna trade some picks and get a Daimara, put him at center, right? I'm gonna trade some more draft equity, put Zach Edey next to them, and then just
He's trying to
you know,
protect MJ's GOAT status. That's all it is. He don't want Wemby to win 25 rings, so he's trying to protect. He's trying to protect MJ. So okay.
No, what are you talking about? Zach-
You think The Godfather
what I
Part
was
3
gonna
is the best movie in the trilogy, don't you?
It's not.
What?
Is
Part
it- I thought
3?
it was.
No, you do, just by the way you talk. You think Part 3 is the best movie, huh?
Yeah, I could tell by the way you talk.
I don't think Penn actually would ever agree with that, so I can't even believe that he would believe that.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I have so many thoughts. One, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. 1, 2.
Wait, Godfather 3 or Space Jam 2 with LeBron?
They're
Jeez.
both pretty bad.
I mean, they're
both
both
pretty bad.
abominations to my.
That doesn't
eyes,
get
but-
brought up enough in the GOAT debate, to be honest.
Give me like Mike. Give me like Mike. Little Bow Wow.
Like Mike.
You know?
Wait. What's the Kevin Durant movie, Mars?
But I don't understand.
Thunderstruck?
I don't understand the Thunderstruck.
That's what it's called.
I don't understand the
Thunderstruck,
random
right?
stray. Why would I like Godfather Part 3? Are you trying to? I don't even know if
Because
you're
you're
trying
saying
to.
you want to play 2 bigs next to Wemby. I was implying that your decision making is garbage. That's what I was implying.
Okay.
Like Mike 2, Thunderstruck, Space Jam 2. Rank
I said
those
I wanted to
movies.
try it just to see what it would look like, and I think it could work.
Ron, rank those. Like Mike 2, Thunderstruck, or Space Jam 2. Which rank those best to worst?
Space Jam 2 clears.
Yeah.
Bro,
Like
I really
Mike
don't
2
think
is-
Space Jam 2 is as bad as you guys make it out to be.
Okay, what would
just wasn't number one.
what would a front court like
That
this
for
look?
sure wasn't number one.
Donovan Clingan, Victor Wembanyama, and Lauri Markkanen. What?
Ron, why
That
Think about
actually
it.
would be cold. That
Ron,
would actually be cold.
when we were kids, why did they give us a great Aladdin 1 or like any of those ones, and then the 2 was like garbage? When we were kids, we never got good part 2s for real.
Whoa,
Because
wait.
they-
Return of Jafar was fire.
No, it's not like the one. though.
Nah,
It was
you
definitely-
out.
it was
Hey, Return
definitely
of
a drop
Jafar
off,
damn near
bruh.
better than Aladdin.
Lion
No,
King
it wasn't.
2.5.
Hey, Return of Jafar is heat.
We didn't get any of the actual
Hey,
characters.
Lion King 2 Simba's Pride, that was fire too.
No,
Like,
it
nah,
didn't
I
get
don't
the
know what
same
you're talking about.
characters.
Both of them twos was fire.
wasn't.
Aladdin
Like,
2 didn't
you
miss.
Return of Jafar was fire.
It was good, but it
You
was
know,
a clear
actually,
drop off in production.
You kind of look like Abis Small. Smile. You kind of look like Abis Small. Yeah, hey, that movie was heat. But y'all, I got to get up out of here, so we got to
All
read
right,
these
y'all.
next few super chats. Arthur Vieira said, just in, Dylan Harper headed to the locker room with a hamstring injury. Sources say he's out for the game. Ronald L. Host. Y'all, to be fair, I only got, like, when you get a notification on your screen, you only can see, like, the first 2 lines. So all I seen was breaking, Dylan Harper is out, and then it ended right there. So I'm thinking it's about to say Dylan Harper's out for the rest of the playoffs or out for the rest of the series.
You could have opened up the tweet though, just to confirm.
I could. I kind of got a little excited, but it happens to the best of them. Ray the Light Bearer sent through a members chat and said the whistle cannot be this fluid in the Western Conference Finals.
W fluidity.
And last but not least, Zigsaw Puzzle sent through a members chat and said, I'm liking the fake Miss Wemby throwing for putback.
He did it 3
Or the
times.
fake Miss Wemby throwing for putback.
Yep.
He learned it from the best. You know,
Yoke.
Who's the best?
It's
Yep.
a yoke special.
It is a yoke special.
Pad those stats. Pad that impact.
This isn't free legal advice. It is illegal to record people in the washroom.
I won though.
Just want to say that.
What?
Bleacher Report has shared Carter Bryant coming out of the stall mid-game in his jersey, washing his hands, and some loser, clout chasing loser, decided to record this shit.
Cloud chasing
And
loser.
major
Where have I heard
outlet.
that from?
Wow.
What?
Wait, hold on. Is that something that someone said?
Wait,
to
when
me
he would
once?
wash
Nah.
He was washing his
I'm
hands
not
in the
gonna get
sink?
into that.
In the sink?
Mid-game, Carter left.
Why
the
did he
game.
go to the public restroom though? Why didn't he go to
Why
the
is
team's
someone
bathroom?
recording in the public washroom? Can I know
But
that?
why
It's
did he go
illegal.
to that though? No, it might be, but like fans are gonna be fans.
But he was
I
just
mean, it
washing his
might have
hands,
been
right?
close.
He was just
But
washing his hands. Yeah, I didn't even in the video. I didn't even know that he went to the bathroom. I mean, well, clearly because he was in the bathroom, but
He's running
like,
out of the stall.
I didn't see him running out the stall. I just seen him walk in.
He said
wash his
running out of the
hands.
stall.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I remember someone posted a video of Derrick Rose at a urinal once and saying, like, "Oh, Derrick Rose at a urinal." What is wrong with people who do this shit? Put your phone away.
Why do people film me at Target? It's the same thing. I have no idea.
Oh, brother.
I have no idea.
What were you
Target
buying
is
at?
not
First
the same
of
thing.
all,
I'm minding my business.
Swiper, this is how I know you're not
you
down with the cause. There's a
you want some
Target
smelling
ban.
salts?
So
This was 22. This was before everything happened.
Before the smelling
This is
salt
2020,
incident?
24.
Was this
24.
before Saltgate?
No, this was Saltgate.
Oh, this was Saltgate.
Why am I on film?
All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Make sure you watch the game tonight because we are going to be talking all about it. We'll see you in the members only stream tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be there or be square.
Christmas.
We out.